The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the Scriptures, when we go throughout extra-biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Shalom, everyone. Shalom, everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay. First off, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me well. Let's make sure that everyone can hear me well first. Say, Khan, if you can hear me well. Say, Khan, if you can hear me well. Shalom, guys. Shalom. Say, Khan, if you can hear me well. Okay, great. Okay, great. I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm gonna talk about a few things here. Going to talk about a few things here today. Like I said, sometimes I like to change it up a little bit. Today we're going to be talking about going back to the garden, because why do we have to keep putting you in remembrance of these things? Well, it's because the times are coming. The winter is coming. 2023 is coming. Every time there's a new year coming, whether it's 2024, whether it's 2025, we have to prepare our people for the winter. Right? It's a shepherd preparing his sheep, right? Making sure that they're not getting taken to the slaughter. Okay? So we have to prepare you guys, making sure that everyone is not too busy and staying touched up with everything, right? Making sure everyone is staying sharp. You're preparing spiritually. You're still saving your food, your water, and that some of the things that we motivate you and encourage you and try to provoke you unto good works, that you're not staying slack on these things, right? So not just so people can say, hey, they didn't have an excuse, but we do try to motivate our people, and encourage them, knowing that people work day in, day out very hard for themselves and their families, right? So, yeah. So hopefully how's everyone doing out there tonight? Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Because, man, I'm going to tell you, before we go into the updates that I'm doing on the forum, we're just going to talk a little bit about maybe what's going on in the news, in the atmosphere right now. Okay. So everyone's blessed. Praise the Most High. Good to see everyone back. Y'all see I'm growing my little beard for the winter time, and I'm going to go back fresh when it's spring, if it be the Most High's will. I'm all right. I'm all right, man. Me and Elder Rawchaa were on the show last Friday. We had a great show, so make sure you go and check that out. Make sure you guys, if you're new, that you go and check out the Hebrew and Bible Academy. Those of you who are not new already should know what that's about. And if not, especially if you're like a young man, a young woman coming into this church, make sure that you, that's why I showed in the beginning for those who may not know, get in that Hebrew and Bible Academy. I'm not just promoting it just because I love my beautiful elder, but I'll say this: you want to stay sharp and you want to be a lead your household, you need to get in that Hebrew and Bible Academy so your sword is sharp. So anything that the devil tries to bring to you, you be hitting home runs with the devil. Okay? Because if a man can't hold down his household with the scriptures, right, and financially working hard, then his house shall soon fall. Okay. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, virtuous queen, Aaron, what's his name? Hansberry. Shalom, guys. Shalom, man. We got some new music that we're gonna drop this, if it be the Most High's will, this Saturday, this Sabbath. I got my brother Elder Rawchaa mastering that thing up. It's called I Ain't Trying to Be Famous. This track probably was done about 6 years ago. It's still relevant, and man, it's featuring my brother Aquan all the way out there in Africa right now. Okay, he's been in Africa for a while, right out there with my brother Deacon Nate. Okay, and my brother Ram Kowal. Yeah, so we're gonna be featuring him on there. He been on there for a minute. I just hadn't dropped the track. So we finna start dropping some hot tracks. We got another remix coming with my brother in Houston named Tazaba. I got some songs with Shadiah Wall coming soon. Got a few tracks coming soon, my people. So stay on the lookout. Some hard stuff too. I dumbed it down for a while, but I'm going back to, the way I was before I was getting ready to get into the industry. And it's going to be straight lyrical fire. Okay, for those of you who don't know, yeah, I do it all. I battle rap, I ghostwrite for a lot of people that you probably didn't know. Okay, so yeah, but anyway, let's get into this thing. Let's get into this thing, right? So, prepare to grow your food. I called it prepare to grow your food because the winter is coming once again, and let me turn my phone on. We all need to be in preparation mode for what's to come. A lot of you hear us talking about this, but probably are not actually preparing for it when you should be. So I'll show you and try to motivate you and encourage you for some things I've been doing, and I'm going to show you how it doesn't take a lot of money for every little thing. Okay, because we gotta. That's why for me, when something comes to my mind, if I can afford to do it, or if I can't afford to do it, I would just find another way. But I'll just do it, because when you just go about doing things from about 1 to 3 days, you won't procrastinate. Okay, I got some books about procrastination and things like that, because I know that Babylon has pushed that on our people to procrastinate and to waste a lot of time. Right. So we're going to go into a few articles. Shalom. This is what I need y'all to do, because you guys have been doing a great job at this. Hit the like button so that we can drive the traffic to this channel and to this page. Okay. Make sure that you guys are not just watching this, that you're subscribing. You understand? Make sure you're subscribing. Also, don't forget to check out tomorrow's broadcast that Elder does. Okay. Sometimes he comes on Patreon on Fridays. Like I said, we have Elder Rawchaa show also on Fridays. You understand. So we have if you are in the Indian tribes of the Northern Kingdom, which are the 9.5 tribes, the Hispanics, the so-called today Hispanics, we have a show that comes on G.O.C.C. media where they're speaking in different tongues, which just means a different language that you can understand if you cannot really understand the English. Okay, and it's a great show, right? So we need the Indian tribes to be waking up too, because let me tell you what's going on right now. What's going on right now in the climate is crazy, because and I like to wait until like the scripture says, the end of a thing comes. One thing I don't want to do is get in tit for tat arguing with my people about celebrities. Because for me, I understand the scriptures. I understand that, in times past, when Christ was waking up certain people, they also were people in high places. Okay, so don't forget, you had Nehemiah, right? You had Sister Esther. And let me ask you guys a question. Who, to your knowledge, with all of this stuff going on in the climate right now, climate change, right? With all of the things that's going on with this climate change, who would in your mind, and I want to hear you guys say this because it sure ain't going to be Michelle Obama. No disrespect, but there's some rumors out there we don't even know. Yeah, I ain't going to even say that. But I'm saying this gender thing is crazy. That's all I'm going to say. But who in you guys' mind would be, I'm asking this question for a reason. Who would be in your mind a modern day? We're not calling these people the people of the Bible. We're comparing them, and we're not comparing them in a sense like, I can't believe you compared them to Moses, this and that. That's not what we're saying. We're just showing you that there's nothing new under the sun, and that the Most High can use anybody, whether low class, middle class, upper class, even though the middle class is going to be gone soon. Kanye would be in the upper class, Kyrie. But check it out. Who will be considered our modern day Esther today? Just from the climate of things that's going on. Somebody give me an example of a modern day Esther today that's speaking out and has a similar situation going on there. Let me look in the chat and see if someone has an idea. And this is just from an opinion standpoint. Nobody. Our people are harsh. See, y'all don't give no one a chance. You guys don't give no one a chance. Don't forget that just because we got the knowledge of the truth, we were sinners too. Candace Owens, he got it. Dawa Benjamite, Candace Owens. There you go. Just like Esther was married to a Gentile in a high place. Same for Candace Owens. Candace Owens is now speaking out, okay, with her brothers. And she's doing it in a very wise way. She's being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Now, people may not agree with everything that any of our brothers or sisters is doing that's waking up. But listen, let's focus on that they're waking up. Okay, and that they're transitioning like we were talking about last week. But Candace Owens would be like your modern day Esther. If you're reading the scriptures, you have to put it in modern day times as well of how, if you were living in the ancient Babylon or Persian Empire, our people were always rocking all of the empires with music, entertainment, whatever the case may be. They were cupbearers. They were being put in certain high places next to government people and all that, officials and all that. So right now she's brave enough to speak about her own people, even though she's married to a so-called Jewish man. And I say that with all due respect. The algorithm is crazy. Okay, so yes. And you had people like her uncle, right? You had people like her uncle. You had people like Nehemiah. You had people like Ezra. Okay, so this is the thing. We can't down these people. We got to give them a chance, just like the Most High gave us a chance. Don't be in a state of power when you don't have any power, and the Most High has given you grace when you're supposed to be giving others grace. You see what I'm saying, Monique? Some people are saying Monique came out, but see, this is the thing. This is the thing though. The reason why I said Candace Owens because she's not really playing lukewarm. She's coming out with this thing. It's times Monique go in and out, Cat Williams is going in and out, or whatever the case may be. Not fully, but we all know eventually all of our people are going to have to come out of this position if they want to truly serve the Father. But I thought I seen something interesting today. Someone sent me that Stephen A. Smith. And when I say this, I don't get overexcited when I see celebrities wake up. I'm very grateful. But I don't get overexcited and emotional because I know when you do such a thing, you can lose focus, which is why the scriptures tell us that if possible, they would deceive the very elect. So I always am wise about my goings. I'm very grateful because I move where You can know a tree by its fruit, like the scripture saying, but you also have to prove. You have to prove people, like the scripture says. You have to try every spirit. And I'm not sitting back like, yeah, well, he doing this and that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I continue to do the work. I pray for them because guess what? They're saying more than any other entertainers are saying. But I also give it time because as long as we continue to treat them how we would want to be treated, like the scripture says, if someone's a Judas, we'll find that out anyway. But you don't want to move with negativity. You don't want to move like a Pharisee judging people. Because listen, the Most High will eventually just move you out the way because your whole spirit is wrong and you don't remember that your righteousness is as filthy rags. And we are also to remember, no man should think more highly of himself than he ought to. So all of a sudden we get into the truth and we become cocky. Can't do that. Okay? So let's just remember that. Our brother Stephen A. Smith, he actually there's some things out there right now showing that Stephen A. Smith, let me see. Let's see if there's an article. Stephen A. Smith agrees with, let me see if they let it out on here. Let me see if that's up there. Yeah, so basically it's not showing the exact article I want here. But basically, in a nutshell, Stephen A. Smith said that he agreed that they should appeal to let Kyrie continue to play, to my knowledge, and that he pretty much thinks that the NBA is going too far. Now, we all know our brother Stephen A. can be a little bit outrageous and overboard. You understand? And he was just going hard on Kyrie not too long ago. But did Stephen A. watch that Hebrew to Negroes or something? Or is he doing a little research? You see what I'm saying? So, listen. Let me tell you. The pot is being stirred. It was still, we didn't took the top off the pot. And the pot is being stirred. You see what I'm saying? And listen, we taking that spoon and we realizing everything that's in that pot is not what should be. They got some of the wrong stuff in that pot. Right? So, yeah, I understand that people perform celestial ceremonies, but not everybody is into that. You understand? Some people, they go into these parties, into these rooms, and some people, they rather stay at this level, and if they want to get higher, they'll stay at, they'll climb the ladder or go into a different room to do different things. That's how that goes, right? So anyway, yeah, our brother Stephen A. praise the Most High because anybody can wake up, man. Anybody can wake up. So let's not doubt our brothers and our sisters, okay? Because anyone can wake up. Those of you who want to come on the show to be interviewed, or you want to show your skills or talents, don't forget, send an email to Elder. I'm going to type it in right now. Elder Rawchaa, before we go into the show, at gmail.com. That's not how I spell my full name. It's usually have an H at the end, but for my email purposes, it didn't let me do that. So elderrawchaa@gmail.com, or if anybody's ever trying to get, you understand, visit the Houston church. If you're in the Houston side or Texas, you can send an email to me. I'll get it to whatever elder or deacon that it needs to get to. So I'm just putting the email out there, okay, right now. All right. And if you ever want to send something to promote your works or your talents, send me an email at that same email, okay? And we have the G.O.C.C. network as well to promote your talents or your items, okay? So anyway, enough about Stephen A. Smith. Let's talk about a few things today. Let's talk about a few things. I was outside, man, and I went on Facebook Live I went on Facebook Live, and I was out there doing the work on my land, and I looked up in the sky, and sometimes you'll see certain things in the sky, the ones that look like orbs and all that, but these, what people call orbs, or some of the demons that go up to listen and they fall like a shooting star. That wasn't the ones that I was seeing. I was trying to study before I just claimed or said anything, but I was just showing the people, hey, check it out. I'm on my land. The sun is winding down. When you're in those country towns that you can see a lot of things, right? So in the sky. So basically, I end up seeing what Ezekiel saw, and I'm going to read Ezekiel to show you why I know that's what it was. I wish you. I can try to show it next week, or you guys can go, because I don't know if I have part 2 finished yet on my bodybuilding page. I'm going to show you guys part 1, the update of part 1. But if you want to see part 2 of what I'm talking about, of what I have on camera, and I have some more recent videos that I did today. While I was finishing up my greenhouse, I was putting a shade cloth on it. I looked up in the sky again, and I said, well, hey, you guys must just be out here every night, and I probably thought that you were planes. I just don't like to assume what's in the sky, right? Right? Yeah. So I saw exactly what Ezekiel's vision saw, and a lot of you see him all the time. I saw it when I was overseas in Europe, just haven't really been looking for it. A lot of times I look into the sky, I'm like, oh, that's probably a plane. But let me tell you, it's like they wanted to be seen. I'm starting to realize, since I moved here, that these guys been here the whole time. They doing the job of the Most High, whatever they're supposed to be doing. They going around this whole area, guys. And let me tell you, they're not in every area, but maybe in some areas they probably have to hide themselves more, but they're definitely in the areas where there's no lights. I'm going to tell you that right now. The wheel within the wheel is what we call a gyroscope. Let me show you guys something real quick. Let me show you something. Let me tell you, this is amazing to see that even if the grid goes down, that these angels are out there. We're not just talking about the watchers, the stars, those angels that are in their place. Okay, we know the moon is a female angel and the sun is a man angel. We're not talking about them. Listen, we're talking about the ones Ezekiel saw. Okay? All right. And you got the flying roll as well. Okay. That I think they talk about in Zechariah, but I'm going to show you guys something really quick. The gyroscope that is talking about in Ezekiel. It looks like a gyroscope, and it flies very weird. That's how you can tell it's not from here. Watch this. I'm just showing it for those of you who may have not seen it before. I'm going to show you guys. So when you put it on camera, all you have to do is zoom in. Watch this. I'm going to put this on here for you guys really quick. I want y'all to see this. For those of you who may be new to the truth, whatever the case may be. One moment. One moment here. One moment. There we go. Check that out. You guys see that? That right there is called a gyroscope. Okay? It's called a gyroscope. And this is what they travel on. Something very similar to this. Okay? Make sure you guys press that like button as you come in, okay? Make sure you press that like button as you come in. So now I'm going to show you guys how you know what you're looking at. I'm going to show you guys really quick. 1 second. I'm going to show you guys how you know what you're looking at. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel really quick before we go into the land stuff. Because while you're on this land doing your thing, the great part about it is this. If the grid ever went down, and guess what? And you couldn't get out of Babylon. I'm not saying you should depend on this, but I'm just letting you know your brothers and the Most High's angels is everywhere. They are there. It's more than enough to come pick up me and my little family with my big family. Okay? It's more than enough. So let's go to Ezekiel really quick. I'm going to read Ezekiel for you guys, so you guys really know what's going on. And that sometimes you see things in the air, you're not just calling everything the ships of the Most High. We have to go by the scriptures. And I hope that this video uploads so that you can actually see it. If not, like I said, just go to my other page. I'm going to show you on here what it is, my bodybuilding page, and you'll be able to see part 2 of my land update videos. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, we might be almost there. Now we might not. But it's okay. Let's go to Ezekiel really quick. Watch this. I'm going to read this to you guys really quick. Now, I'm not reading on the screen because my net is not the best net, and I just don't want any interruptions with the computer because I got a lot of different things going. So please forgive me here. There was a blood moon this morning here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's that time of the month, huh? All right. So Ezekiel chapter 1, and let's see here. What do I want to go to? Yeah, here we go. The glory of the Lord. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 1 and 4. Y'all ready? Ezekiel chapter 1 and 4. Y'all bear with me. Please hit the like button. Okay, keep y'all conversation focused. Don't be all over the place. we gonna work tonight. Y'all ready? And I looked and beheld a whirlwind came out of the north, and a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof was the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Now I'm gonna go through the eastward, the Strong's, so you guys can understand what we're reading. Okay, I want to show you exactly what I saw. So before we go into the scriptures, let me show you what I saw. I saw this gyroscope I showed you, and it's spinning like this. That's how they travel. I saw that. I got to go get me a telescope or something to see the rest, but I saw that pretty clearly when I zoomed in after the video. I saw red, blue, green, gold. Sometimes I saw one just like turn like the fire. I saw some jumping like that. I saw some just disappearing. I saw some actually just flying across. I saw a lot of them flying across as if they were checking on people, seeing what's going on. Right? So I'm going to show you how the scriptures tell you exactly what I saw and what you'll be seeing sometimes. Watch. Okay. So for those of you who don't know the color of amber, it says here in H2830, probably bronze or polished spectrum metal. So that's the color. Okay, it says the color of amber out of the midst of the fire. So out of the middle of the fire is bronze. Also in verse 5, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. So they looked like a man. Okay. Every one of them had 4 faces. Okay. Every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of the calf's foot, like the ninja. Okay? That's why they was, the ninjas be having them little shoes like that, okay? It's like they standing back to back. You understand, like that. They got their wings. It's telling you about the wings, right? It says, and everyone had 4 faces and everyone had 4 wings. So they all have 4 wings. The wings, some of the wings is covering them and some of them is doing that. Verse 7, and their feet were straight like the feet of the sole of their feet, was like the sole of calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Okay? So we already know the color of brass. Okay, it's almost very similar to copper. Okay, so when it says burnished brass, it's talking about polished brass. Okay, when you look it up in the Eastward, it says brightened, as if sharpened, burnished, polished. Okay, so when I'm looking in the sky, I was like, this is what I was seeing. I'm like, hold up, this is what I see here. This is something else. And it's not like I'm shocked. I've seen these many times, but the only reason I'm surprised, I've seen them over my land for the first time. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue this so you guys can understand this. And they had the hands of a man under their wings. They have hands like men. Okay. On their four sides. And they four had their faces in their wings. Okay. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went everyone straight forward. So although they're connected together, this gyroscope, this ship that they're in, they are just moving in a certain direction. Even though the gyroscope is doing like this, but they are just moving the same way. That's what the scriptures is telling you. Straightforward. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man. Okay, so all four of them had the face of a man, and the face of a lion. Okay, on the right side, and the face, let me read that in context. As for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side. Okay, so you had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side. And they four had the face of an ox on the left side. So you got the lion on the right side, the ox on the left side, and the face of a man here. Yeah, I know it's crazy, but that's what it is. And they four had also the face of an eagle. Okay? Thus was their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. Two of the wings were stretched upward. Okay? Two wings of every one were joined one to another. So they're like this. You got the wings like this, and you got the wings upward. Okay, I'm breaking it down a little piece by piece for you guys. Okay. Two wings of everyone were joined to one to another, and two covered their bodies. Okay. So I know that it sounds weird and all that, but listen. This is the Most High's creation. We don't know exactly how it looks because we haven't seen it up in person, but this is describing it if you guys ever see it one day, okay? As for the likeness of the living creatures, verse 13. Let's go to, did we read 12? Let's go to 12. And they went everyone straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go. So wherever the Spirit wanted them to go, because they're in control of the Most High, and wherever they needed to go in that direction, they all went in the same direction. One mind in Christ. They all went in that same direction. Okay? Whither the Spirit was to go, they went. And they turned not when they went. Okay? As for the likeness, verse 13, of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals. So, listen. He just described the faces, and it's telling you right here. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like the burning coals of fire. When anyone sees the burning coals of fire, you see the flame and the red, right? So when you look out there and you see that, that's what you're seeing. That's what you guys are seeing. All right? You're seeing that fire as you're seeing them. And listen, you're not only seeing one color because it's almost like it keeps shifting to different colors. All right. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. like the burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps, like the appearance of a light. It went up and down, like I was telling y'all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, that's how I was seeing it exactly. Okay, some of them were doing it and some of them were doing different things. Up and down among the living creatures. Who are the living creatures? Okay, it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. All of this is going on of what you're seeing. It's just like a little light show, right? And I seen like different colors, like a rainbow. It was just red, green, purple, blue, gold. That's how I was looking, right? And out of the fire went forth lightning. So when you see them jumping like that, it looks like it's like lightning blinking. That's what it's trying to tell you here. And the living creatures ran and returned. So they would do this. So that's what he's showing you here. Okay? So, all right. They have some pictures on Google, but those pictures on Google is garbage. I'm going to tell you right now. Esau drew them pictures. It was garbage. Straight up. So don't even go by that. I mean, you may can get an idea, but it ain't that. Yeah. Yeah. Your imagination is going to be turned into something you understand. Anyway, verse 14. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of flash of lightning. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures. Yeah. One wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. So he's saying, now as I beheld one of the living creatures, I saw one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl. Let's see what beryl is. The color of topaz. The color of topaz. Let's get that. I'm finna put it into y'all imagination tonight, because I know we got a lot of new people. The color of topaz. Check it out here. Let's go to images. One moment. So check it out here, because you got different color topaz, right? One moment. Y'all see that? Y'all see the different topaz? So this is what you're seeing. Okay? So that's the color of the wheel itself. The appearance, verse 16, the appearance of the wheels and their work was like the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness. And their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. So you had like a gyroscope with like four wheels. Okay? You had a gyroscope with like four wheels. One moment. Let me see if I can get y'all an idea. Let me see if I can get you guys a better idea here. A wheel within a wheel. They're not giving me no good they're not giving me no good pictures here. I can't show these pictures. I can't show nothing wrong. But basically, it's like a gyroscope. Okay, let's just stick with it. All right. And verse 17. When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. As for the rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four. Okay? So they got eyes in the wheels. Okay? Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. For the spirit, listen to me carefully, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. So their minds was connected in. This is how the Most High stuff travels. You know what's funny? They had this old thing that they were showing, for something about Atlantis. They had something to where one of the ships had a earth stone connected to one of the women's. It was connected in her nose to her brain, but it was an earth stone. And they were saying that was actually flying the ship. Right? And I believe that the fallen angels technology, they were still trying to mimic what the Most High uses to a certain degree. You understand? So the spirit of these angels was connected inside of the wheels for them to go wherever they wanted to go. Y'all know how they be driving Tesla? The copycats. How Tesla tries to drive by itself. How you drive the car and it pretty much knows wherever you want to go. How they trying to connect this thing to your mind. That's copycatting the Most High stuff. That's all Satan is doing. Okay, it's telling you right here. We're going to read it again. Verse 19. All right. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Verse 20. Whithersoever the spirit was to go. So wherever the spirit wanted to go, wherever they wanted to go, wherever they want to go, whatever direction they want to go, they went there. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Not only are they sitting there, their spirits is able to be in straight contact with these wheels at the same time to go wherever they want to go. That's what it's telling us here. That's how you can tell that's not from here. Ezekiel was like, whoa. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. You guys see these Star Trek movies, all these different things, how the technology up there works, right? And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. Verse 22. And the likeness of the firmament above the heads of the living creature was of a color of terrible crystal. Okay. So, stretched forth over their heads above. And under the firmament were their wings straight, one toward another. Everyone had two, which covered on this side. Everyone had two, which covered on that side of their body. So he's repeating that there. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings like the noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech. Whoa, check that out. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of the great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, and the noise of an host. When they stood, they let down their wings. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings. Check that out. Are they being controlled and told what to do and where to go? Are they being commanded? Check it out. Verse 25. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings. Check it out. Don't forget, when they ride in jets, what do they have on? Who's controlling them and telling them where to go? All of these things that you see in the Army and the Air Force is being copied from the Most High. Straight up. They got on their little earpiece and they telling them, hey, I need you to go do this. I need you to go bomb over here. I need you to go do this. I need you to go do that. And everything is in communication with the Most High. Okay? The terrible crystal is the communication that's going on with the Most High. It's telling us here. For that who just asked, Raya, it's the communication of what's going on with the Most High. Okay, just how David had the ephod and sometimes he would communicate with the Most High. It's telling you right here that that firmament or whatever he's calling it that resembles that, they're communicating with the Most High with that. Okay, no different than a person in the Air Force is hearing things from the people that's commanding them from whatever station. Right? It's not on the level of the Most High at all. Definitely not on the level of the Most High. Okay. So let's go to they just playing copycat. Let's go to verse 25 again. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings. Okay. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne as the appearance of sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was a likeness as the appearance of a man as the appearance of a man above upon it. I got the Hebrew up too, so it's kind of got me all over the place. Okay, and I saw the color of amber. I saw the color of amber as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins, even upward, and from the appearance of his loins, even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about it, as the appearance of a bow that is in the cloud of the day of the rain. So the appearance of the brightness round about. What's the bow is talking about? Right? It's like a bending bow. Okay? So it's saying, once again, as the appearance, let's go back to 27. And I saw the color of amber as the appearance of fire, round about within it, from the appearance of his loins, even upward from the appearance of his loins, even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain. This is talking about a rainbow. Okay? So it's talking about the different colors that you see when you're watching these things. When they're blinking and stuff, you're seeing all the colors. You're seeing all the colors. Okay? As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of the rain. What's that? That's called the rainbow. So was the appearance of the brightness round about. So that's what you're seeing. That's the color you're seeing, guys. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Most High. And when I saw it, I fell upon my face and heard a voice of one that spake. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna leave that there. I just want you guys to know what you're seeing in the sky. If it matches to that, because you ain't gonna see every little thing we're reading, but you're gonna be able to see. I wish I can show you guys. You're gonna be able to see the color. Let me see. Can I show you guys on here? Because let me tell you, I wonder could you guys possibly see on here? One moment. No, that can't do it. I can't do it. I'm looking at it right now. It's like basically, it's like a light and it's doing this. But all at one time. I can't keep moving my fingers in one direction, but it's doing that. I'm gonna show y'all. This video may not be uploaded tonight, but part 2 will be uploaded if you guys go to the bodybuilding and you check it out. So I'm getting ready to show you guys tonight after we go into these few articles really quick. So I just wanted to go into there so when you guys see these ships, you're not confused. You're like, hold up, is that a fallen angel ship or is that the Most High ship? You can pretty much understand it if you're dealing with Zechariah or you're dealing with Ezekiel. Okay. So let's the great thing about it, like we said, they're out there when we're in the wilderness. Or even before the wilderness, they out there, guys. The angels are always there with us. Okay. So let's go into a few of these articles. Why you guys should be making sure that you are actually trying to grow some food, man. Ah, boy. I tell you, I'm not a doom or gloom guy, but I believe in the Most High. Just what we just read, I saw. It's out there right now. Tonight, they were out there. Me and my daughters were finishing the greenhouse, and we just looked up and like, yep, sure enough, they're there. They're doing their job, but are we doing ours? They're watching to see, are we doing our jobs? Are we taking heed to what the Most High told Noah when he was building the ark to prepare for the end? So are we preparing food, water, and certain type of shelter? Are we getting land if we can be until we go to our land? You see, we got to think about that. Let's go to uk.finance.yahoo.com. We're going to talk about the UK. So it's not just going on in America. Okay. It says here, one moment. I'll bring you guys there, okay? One moment. It says here, grocery price inflation hits record 14.7% with no peak in sight. Let's read a little bit of this article, just for fair use and educational purposes here. Grocery price inflation hits record 14.7% with no peak in sight. Let's read the paragraph here. Grocery price inflation has hit a record 14.7% to add a potential 682 pound to the annual cost of a basket amid warnings. There is still no sign of a peak. Sales of the supermarket own label products jumped again by 10.3%. You're not talking about 2%. You're not talking about 1%. You're not talking about 5%. 10% and up. Over the latest 4 weeks, and the cheapest value ranges grew by 42% as shoppers sought to manage their budget, according to Kantar. Just over a quarter of households, 27%, make sure y'all hit that like button, say they are struggling financially. This is not a game. People are feeling it, guys. If it ain't for the light bill, because the energy costs are going up too. If it ain't for the housing market, the interest rate is very high. Okay. The inflation. Them actually taking the water, however the water is leaving from the Mississippi and the Gulf. How is no water there? Right? People in Mississippi like, what's going on with this water? People in Florida like, hey, what happened to the Gulf of Mexico? How come we can walk on it? What's going on in Egypt where the Red Sea is drying up? How is all of these things happening at the same time? What is going on here? While we in Babylon thinking everything gonna continue to be fine, let me tell you, I may be up on here teaching you guys, but all day long when I can, I am out there working and preparing. And I'm going to show you what I've been doing today on a video. Prepare to grow your own food. We're not going to keep telling you. People cannot fly across state to state to come and help you if nobody can move or go nowhere. You're going to have to sit still and have something to hold yourself down until people can get to you. If it be that we can get to you, unless the Most High is like, hey, I'm using the angels to take y'all this way. Well, we don't know how it's going to be, but we want to make sure that we prepare and be safe and sorry. Things is not going to get cheaper anytime soon. Let's continue to read the article. I think we're in the third paragraph. Just over a quarter of households, 27%, say they are struggling financially, double the figure record last November, the research firm said. Fraser McKevitt, head of the Retail and Consumer Insight at Kantar, said, yet again, we have a new record high figure for grocery price inflation, and it's too early right now to call the top. They can't even call the top. While this stuff is going on with us rising as a people to who we are, the inflation is slowly creeping up as well. You see? Coincidence, or is this prophecy? we have to make sure we're transitioning ourselves and we're adapting and not moving in fear, pacing ourselves, but just making sure that we are yet and still doing what the Most High told us to do, making sure we have oil in our lamps. Okay, let's go to, because we're not going to be on here long tonight. We're not going to be on here long at all. I know I say that a lot. I know the others say that a lot, but we're not. We're going to go to another article. Let's go here. Where are we? We're at fox8.com. Modern prepper classes growing with fears of food scarcity, supply chain issues. Modern prepper classes growing with fears of food scarcity. So now people are actually having modern prepper classes, updating people for the times that we're in now, of how to prepare for the time. We've been telling you guys is since we started this church to prepare. I'm going to say it again, to prepare. Okay? Let's go down. Fair use. Cleveland, WJW. Growing fears over food scarcity and supply chain issues have given rise to a new kind of modern prepper. That's how they sound on the news, right? The old way of thinking of the prepper is some person building a bunker in their backyard. The people now are sensible people. They're practical preppers, said Tom Laskowski of Midwest Native Skills Institute in Seven Hills. Lakowski's school offers multiple survival and comprehensive homesteading courses, which have seen a massive jump in students. They should have been teaching people this in school a long time ago. People are learning information that has nothing to do with survival. You go to school, you learn a bunch of information. They teach you how to work in their corporation. Modern day enslavement. They teach you fear. They don't teach you to get your own land, do this and do that unless you are brought up in a certain private school and things like that. And then when you do go to school, a lot of times you're getting in debt, depending on some of you. People are taking classes for survival. This should have been in the beginning where children are learning how to plant food to be independent. But this is a capitalistic society where they want to capitalize off of modern day slavery. They're preparing with their families while you're going and making your paycheck, and you don't have the time and to even think about such a thing for you and yours. Which is why we tell people it's okay to go to the school, work, learn certain trades and skills to be able to provide for your family. It's okay to go to their jobs every day. But what are you doing for you and yours? Don't forget, the same thing is going on in the music industry in Hollywood. They are taking everything from the slaves, and they have rappers and celebrities as insurance claims now. And you're finding many of them dead now. No different than just what happened in Houston, allegedly. Got to stay focused. People think I'm crazy sometimes because I move so fast. But I believe in the Most High. I believe in Him. I'm not going to just tell people what to do and I ain't doing it. I'm not going to just tell people what to do and I'm not doing it. That makes me a castaway. It makes me a hypocrite. So we're going to talk about, listen, guys, some of the questions that you're asking right now, I'm not saying they're bad questions, but could you please save them for the end? Could you please listen to your elder if you have honor for your elders? Please ask questions that have nothing to do with what we're talking about right now at the end. Please. If you don't listen, it's on you, so be it. But understand that in the times to come, the Most High is even watching what you're doing right now to where you will have no excuse. The elder was telling you this and you asking a question about something totally different. I can't even look at the chat and look at the camera at the same time. I have to glance back and forth. Please. And I don't mean any harm by that. I have to be real with y'all. Because what I'm telling y'all right now, I'm doing actively right now. When you first looked at the land that I had, it had nothing on it. I'm going to show you what you see now. From my hands. From me, my hands of me, my wife, and my children. Little children. I'm going to show you. Let's continue to read. And I don't care if you live in a house or apartment. I'm telling you, you prepare how you can prepare for your situation. That's all I'm saying. Everyone's not going to have land, this and that. But we have to have some food saved. We have to have some water saved. And if we don't yet, it's okay. If you're just learning this, you can start today. You can go to Sam's tomorrow and start buying things in bulk and learning how to store it properly so that weevils and different bugs or your stuff does not spoil, right? Or go rancid. So please just understand what I'm saying. If you don't, it's okay. I can't force anyone to do anything, but I'm just putting it out there. All right, let's continue this article. Let's see what else it has here. So many people are signing up for the courses. The school has had to add more, but still can't keep up with the demand. Check that out. How do I get more of it? Because I don't want to jump into any ad. We'll keep it there. I don't want to jump into any ad or anything like that. So let's go to our next link here, our next article. Let's X those out. We're going to go to the other side of the world, what they call the Middle East. What they call the Middle East. Let me tell you, this is going to be part of our land here like it was before with the Indian tribes. In bankrupt Lebanon. So first, we're at www.msm.com. We're using this for fair use and educational purposes only. In bankrupt Lebanon, locals mine Bitcoin and buy groceries with Tether, as $1 is now worth 15 cents in their money. So, for instance, when we were in places like Egypt, and so $1 would probably be worth 5 Egyptian dollars when I was there, or 7. But if the dollar is going down, their money it's not worth much. Okay, it's just not. So instead of what a lot of people would do is, if it was worth a lot, they would try to hold on to their dollars. They would try to buy dollars from you. But in this case here in Lebanon, right? Check it out. Let's read the article. They're having to deal with what's current right now, because you can actually spend crypto right now. I'm not promoting crypto. I'm not promoting it. I'm not going to sit here and tell people what to invest, what to do, all that. We understand that blockchain will eventually transition everyone into the mark of the beast. We understand that. Right now, for a time, it's available. If you want to deal with it, I don't even want to have that conversation. I don't want to talk about what people should invest in. I'm not an expert in investing. Do I invest in certain things? I have investments in certain things, but this is just not the platform for it. Maybe I will bring on someone who is an expert in this area, who is making money right now from these things and has been making money from these things. Certain things I hold, or sometimes I say, hey, let me get in and out. But that's really for each person and their family to study. But we will have people who invest in things like real estate, invest in things like, whatever the case. Now, this is the thing. Even when they come on, we're going to put a disclaimer out there. We can't tell you what to invest in. No different than the YouTube channels you go watch. Because you're not going to come back and blame them and say, well, Elder told me to do this. Oh, no, you ain't finna say that. I lost all my money because Elder told me to put this and that. Oh, no, you ain't. No different than my supplements. You better make sure you call your doctor or do your own research with your family. Even though my stuff is working, I get that. But everyone has to do their due diligence and study to show their self-approved. So I'm just putting that out there before I go into this article. Because these days you got to put stuff out there because you can't trust nobody. You got to be careful who you add on your Facebook. You don't know who watching you. Oh, he said that they're Hebrews. That's they is, like they ready to arrest somebody for saying that we are what the Bible calls us. When has that ever been against the law? That's not even in the Constitution. That's breaking the law. This is Sodom and Gomorrah, where you could take someone to jail, you could persecute them for something that's supposed to be freedom of speech. So we have to watch what we say on here. That's all I'm saying. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Hit that like button. Listen, when y'all hear something real like that, hit that like button again. Yeah, I know it don't work like that. I'm talking about for the people who ain't hit it. In bankrupt Lebanon, let's read the article, excuse me. Once known for its stable and investment-friendly banking system, Lebanon has plunged into chaos as hyperinflation grips the country and banks force huge haircuts on dollar withdrawals. To make ends meet in the financial system that no longer makes sense, some Lebanese are mining Bitcoin or storing wealth using cryptocurrency. The dollar-pegged stablecoin Tether, which users trade for cash, is also popular. So some countries, yes, are actually using not all of crypto, but some parts, because it's not really a currency yet. Okay, so some people still have been using it and benefiting off of it for the short time that it will be here until they make you actually get the mark of the beast eventually. All right. But by 2019, as Lebanon plunged into financial crisis following decades of expensive wars and bad spending decisions, a decentralized and borderless digital currency operating outside of the reach of bankers and politicians sounded a lot like salvation. We're going to read it down to there. Gabriel was an architect living in his hometown of Beit Mary, a village 11 miles due east of Beirut. He had lost his job and needed to figure out another way to quickly get a hold of cash. Fair use. In the spring of 2020, Gabriel says the banks were closed and locals were barred from withdrawing money from their accounts. Receiving cash via international wire transfer wasn't a great option either, since these services would take US dollars from the sender and give Lebanese pounds to the recipient at a much lower rate than the market value. According to the 27-year-old, I will lose around half of the value, explained Gabriel, of the experience. That's why I was looking at Bitcoin, a good way to get money from abroad. We can continue reading, but we're going to leave it there for that one. Okay. We're going to leave it there for that one. Let me tell you guys. This famine, I'm just telling you guys, the water is leaving. However it's leaving, I don't know if they have some secret dam or they designed this a long time ago for this time, or whatever technology they have. Ultimately, the Most High is allowing it. He's warning us. It's coming, and he's going to keep saying it's coming through his teachers. And eventually, when it comes, I just pray that everyone has did what they're supposed to do until we can get together in the wilderness. I'm just saying, I'm not saying, oh my goodness, oh my God. No, I'm just saying, let's stay on it. Let's stay on it while the Most High is blessing us. Sometimes he's giving us a little bit more. Sometimes you got to get while the getting is good. You got to be like the ants. Right? You want to read? Let's see here. Let's see here. Watch this. Let's go there real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 6:6. Let's go to Proverbs 6:6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Sluggard can also, in our generation, be transferred to people who is talking for too long and not actually executing what we should be. How long are we going to talk? How long should we talk and worship the Most High? He said to worship me in deed and in truth. Truth means for real. Like not just praise the Most High. I'm a Hebrew. Don't you guys know that after this thing is over with all of our people waking up and hearing this, you're going to have a lot of Hebrews actually waking up. A lot of our people waking up. All of them won't make it in though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just because you see a lot of people waking up don't mean they're going to make it in. Don't forget, we left with a lot of people in Egypt who really didn't know who they were, and they didn't make it in. They were wandering 40 years in the wilderness, trying to keep the same old customs as the Egyptians. right? And they were spoiled. It's like they got in this thing just because they were Hebrews. So don't be shocked when our people waking up. Praise the Most High for that. But what I always say is, praise the Most High, but we still have to keep the order and the focus. We still have to keep the order and the focus. It's exciting to see all of our people get rescued and saved. And it ain't going to be every black person. I'm going to tell you that, because some of the people got punished with the Egyptians who didn't want to follow. Just like some of our people will get here too. But even some of the people who leave the wilderness as the Most High, leave to the wilderness as the Most High said, he said, I shall take them up out of their countries, and they're going to go to the wilderness, but they shall not enter into the land of Israel. So a lot of people going to come to the wilderness, but may not make it into the land of Israel, because it's the testing ground. He shall save a tenth, and then he's going to take a third from that. So I got to stay focused the whole way. I can't get comfortable. Oh, my people waking up. I'm gonna praise the Most High with that, of course. But I'm also going to always stay focused within that. Don't get too excited. Don't look at your brother like you better than him and all that. No, I'm not saying that, but I just got to remind ourselves to stay focused, man. If I didn't make it into the land of Israel and Christ didn't tell me I made it into the land of Israel, or I'm not changed, or whatever the case may be, let me tell you, I'm quiet. I'm staying focused. You got a lot of brothers out there and sisters who do a lot of talking, and they think they got it together. And guess what? A lot of them don't even actually know the Bible. They're leaning on their elders for a crutch, but you can't lean on us for a crutch. You got to search out your own soul and salvation. So what we tell you, you have to study, remember it, and hold on to it and listen. Okay? So let's go to Proverbs 6:6 again. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Be wise. Y'all, I got ants all over my land. I got to hook that thing up to the water hose, that little spray thing to get rid of them, because they are grinders. I'm looking at the ants. I'm like, you stop them over here, they come back over there. You do this. That's like how the devil does us. When the devil, I know he be mad at me. He trying to stop me over here. I find another way. He trying to stop me over here. I find another way. That's just how I've been since nature. But I'm looking at the ants. The ants be grinding like that. You can kill a little ant pile over here. They got another one over there, and so on and so on. It's almost like you got to go to war with ants. You gotta respect their mind, how small they are. When they bite you, they got a vicious bite. They make you not want to step in an ant pile. I'll tell you that. Listen, you will probably rather take a hit from Mike Tyson than to step your foot without a sock on it in a live ant pile full of fire ants, or the small ones. Who? Let me ask this question: which one of y'all rather get hit by Tyson or put your foot in an ant pile? Let me see the chat. I respect the ant. They like none. No, none of them. Mike Tyson crazy. Let me tell you. Okay. Oh, this is some good tea. My baby girl made this. She got skills now. I see her. Anyway, take the punch. That's some pain for your behind. And some people who are allergic, you know, somebody said none. I knew it. Tyson all day. Look, y'all elder ain't even thought about that. But I can tell you what, I wouldn't want to stick my foot in no ants. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I respect the ants. But instead of taking that hit from Tyson, I'm probably gonna be putting my foot in the ant pile. I'm gonna be honest with you. Only because it might get swollen, but I can dust them off real quick. It's gonna hurt for about a week though. Either one of them gonna hurt for about a week. But anyway, Tyson will beat you and bite you. Lord have mercy. Tyson gonna bite your ear off, huh? Anyway, that probably wasn't a good comparison. Anyway, let's finish here. Let's go to verse 7. Which having no guide. The ants don't have a guide, guys. Everything moves with the spirit of the Most High, but we just trying to think on this level, this basic level. Check it out. Who's telling the ant to go get their food? Somebody can give some black person or a brother a job. He get there, he get comfortable. Like, man, you notice a lot of jobs you go to in restaurants, a lot of people who take the jobs don't actually want to work these days. You can't get no customer service. The ants, like, they stand on it. So it's like, and they wonder why they're stagnant and not getting anywhere. The Most High, like, why would I bless you with a better job? You ain't even doing it with this one. That's why these people, even in their own houses, don't have no food save, ain't trying to do anything, ain't trying to do none of that. Right? So, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler. If an ant can do it, how can we call ourselves men and women of the Most High if an ant can do it? See? Sometimes the leaders will tell their people something, right? You'll tell them something, they want to talk back, they want to get angry, they want to get emotional, they want to get violent. But check it out how the creatures are. It says the ass and the ox know their maker, but Israel, they don't know. They don't consider. I can tell a dog to sit. And sometimes you'll tell your own people some instructions. I'm talking about some basic instructions. And they don't want to listen through their stubbornness. We see they want to come on here with this weird stuff. But anyway, I'm just putting y'all in perspective, guys. Let's go to verse 8. Provided her meat in summer and gathered her food in the harvest. We said the winter's coming, right? Provided her food in the summer. Gathered her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Get a little sleep, get a little slumber, and a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. So he's saying, listen, get that little sleep you want to keep getting your sleep, and that little slumber, and a little folding of hands to sleep. Before you know it, let me tell you, the time gonna pass, and you don't have anything to show for it because all you're doing, oh, I'm about to go take a nap. Oh, I'm finna go rest. I'm finna go do this. Let me tell you, you gotta have that discipline like this ant. Okay? You have to have that discipline like this ant. Okay, we're gonna go to a few more scriptures here. Let's go to because a lot of our people were actual husbandmen. They were dealing with husbandry. That's how we were able to eat. We had our own little farms. We had our own like little villas. When you look at the old houses, you got the little upstairs where you can look out at the top. We had our little gardens. We didn't depend on these grocery stores. Yes, there's a few markets and stuff that we went to for certain things we probably couldn't plan or whatever the case may be. That's normal. That's always going to be there. But we have to make sure as a people we get these skills back. We were called the shepherd kings. We were shepherding flocks, and we had food coming out of the ground. I can't read any of your questions right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I can only read your questions at the end of the show. I cannot be looking at both things because it's going to throw me off. And I'm not going against what y'all saying. I really want to hear what y'all saying, but if you could just wait till the end. I've been in this a long time, almost 14 years. Let me tell you. This is the thing. I've always seen that chat moving and people not paying attention. I cast out devils in your name, Christ. I did this and I did that. Really? Yeah. What you was doing when that chat was on? You all over the place. Okay, your attention span is off. Okay. So let's go to let's see here. What do I want to go to here? One moment. Oh, let's go to Ecclesiastes 11 and 4. Ecclesiastes 11 and 4. Drink a little water. Ecclesiastes 11:4 reads, He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. He that observeth the wind. So if you're too focused on the weather and you're making excuses, you're not going to plant. See, this is the thing I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all on my video, that ain't me is talking about. I'm out here in the rain. I'm not telling you to be out there in the rain, but a lot of times the weather's going, what? Am I going to be waiting on the rain? I got to get out there before the winter comes. I got to get out there at the last month of fall and put whatever I can put in the ground. Whatever can't grow in the winter, that's frost ready, got to go in my greenhouse. We got to have a different mindset. That's all I'm saying. If you need help, call your brothers and sisters to come help you. And y'all share that crop. If you say, hold up, I don't got no land, but I'll come put in some work with you on your land in this garden as long as you just give me some of that. Because some of us need help. Straight up. You think somebody would not appreciate having fresh food? It's people lined up at these whole food type of markets. No, they're not called that. What they called? Where you take the plants and people sell plants. I forget what you call them. On the weekends, you take them and then people selling fresh fruit and plants. I forget what you call it. It's on the tip of my tongue. But we got to be ready. Okay, we got to be ready. And it says at the end of it again, 11:4, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. I wonder if it's going to rain today. Well, I'm going to just wait till tomorrow. How long shall you wait till tomorrow? We're going to plant a garden. We're going to plant a garden. We're going to do it. Okay, let me tell you. Things are getting expensive. You better buy you some seeds. At least you got your seeds. But you got to put them in the ground. You got to get out there and water them. You got to get out there and do what you need to do. You got to get out there and spray that neem oil. You got to put that neem and that garlic in there, them little oils, or find you a way, get on YouTube and find a way to make your pet. I'm going to show you guys a way to make some spray. Many people have different type of sprays, whatever, but you get that good old neem while you can get it, because sometimes you can't get it. And it's a natural pesticide. It's an organic pesticide, because neem you can actually use on yourself. They don't like garlic. They don't like certain things like that, right? So it's many things out there. This is the thing that I don't like when I'm going to be on here. Oh, you should do this and do that. I'm going to consider that, because I consider everybody's things. But there's no one right way just because you're doing yours and you're successful with that. You keep doing that. We're just trying to get people who ain't doing nothing to do something. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I never like to get in the there's one way right argument. The only one way right that I focus on out of all of that is that one door to get in that kingdom of heaven. Other than that, like personal pet peeves of I do it this way, do it that way. I'm praising the Most High that you even doing it. You right? This is how I do mine. This is how I don't get into all that. I don't. Okay? Anyway. So he that observed the clouds shall not reap, because you ain't put nothing in the ground to get nothing out of it. Work together. You guys can be having, you guys can, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. I'm trying to give y'all $gazillion game. If you have counsel with your leadership there, and if they don't understand, they can get with the elders. You guys can be having a community forum somewhere. Everybody putting in some money to help work some type of land somewhere, whoever got the land or whatever, to make it happen. If y'all don't have land or have access to it, you access to someone land who might maybe not be using it, but you got to go put in the work. You got to put in the work. You can't depend on this person to put in the work and be like, I got something for y'all. So you gotta find a way, even if it ain't in your pockets right now. You gotta find a way. Let me tell you an example of what I did. Let me give you an example, because I used to be a hustler back in the days. I'm from Jacob. That's how I know I'm from Jacob, because I'm a hustler. I'm a supplanter, not in an evil way. I'm talking about being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. When I don't have, I find another way to get it. If I couldn't go out there and buy all these trees, I'm gonna be up on Facebook Marketplace. Free trees, free fruit trees, free that, whatever. or low price this, it's still gonna work. You see? And if it's too far for you, say I'll pay you to deliver it, whatever the case may be. But this is what I did when I was in Europe. I said, man, right now, this is my situation here. I'm living in an apartment. Okay. Because I left Africa and I went to Europe. I don't have much planting space. I'm planting sprouts in my window, eating my sprouts. And then I'm planting a full patio because I was living with my brother at the time. And I had a whole little Garden of Eden on the patio. The patio was not enough. Because when I go, I go. I'm going to show you on the video. When I go, I go. So I said, well, they got a roof up there. Ain't nobody coming on the roof. And I'm asking my brother, is it cool I plant some stuff on the roof? You think that the owner ain't gonna get mad? I take the stuff to the roof because I didn't have enough room on the patio. And I say, man, it would be a blessing, Father, if you can bless me to plant this somewhere with more room, because this ain't doing it. Right? So, my sister-in-law, her uncle had some land, and bless his heart, he was a very nice man. And I said, he doesn't look like he's using this part of the land. He would always give us a bunch, like bags of avocados and bags of bananas. I'm talking about like too much. He gave us too much. That's a blessing, right? And I always would go there. I'm saying, man, he's not really using this part of the land. Guess what? I said, let me tell you how Jacob worked. I said, is it possible? Ask your uncle, is it possible that I can use some of that land to plant on? You talking about a whole lot of land. What I have myself now. I have more than that land right now, but it was a whole lot of land. It was a proper farm where he was growing things, selling it to the grocery markets. One thing they didn't have there was kale. They will kill you over kale. They will try to rob you. They will try to find where you're planting it. What I'm telling you is literal. For some reason, the kale overseas is so expensive. The Russians love it. When I was in Africa, they loved it. It was like for like 5 leaves, you be paying like $5 to $10 American. Okay, for kale, guys. So I seen what was missing. When I would go into the stores, I'm like, okay, you have to go over here to get kale. And then I found out so they don't really have kale here. I'm a hustler. I got faith. Hustling is another word for faith. I got faith. Because to hustle, you got to have actions and belief in yourself and what you're selling. But you got to, in the Most High, with the Most High, you got to sell things that actually work, that's good for people. You can't use usury, that's against the law. So with the Most High, the beautiful thing about it is you help people when you're selling at the same time. It's a two-way street. So you are giving something that's helping someone, and they're giving you something as well. Right? So I said, hey, I'm going to plant a bunch of kale because I don't see it in the markets here. You have to drive too far to get it. They don't have it. You guys have to start to learn how to fix what's broken. If it's missing, why don't you do it? So I said, hey, because we're talking about tonight, prepare to grow your own food, right? I had in Africa, I had my little own little oasis and Garden of Eden, but I had to start over again. You understand? When I came to Europe, so I planted a whole rows of kale, whole rows of corn. They know we ate that corn and first fruits. They know out there. I had so much kale. When me and my brother started the restaurant, Kingdom, it was called Southern Kingdom Takeaway. We had the name Southern Kingdom Takeaway in Europe. Praise the Most High. We had the first hot wing business in that area. Okay, so we had kale salads. No one else had kale salads, because I was the person who planted from my little hands, my big hands, I guess, but the little seed from my hands. Backbreaking. I walked down all of those rows and planted so much kale. The kale was so big. I mean, I ate it every day. I ate it till I got tired of it. But we had kale salads. No one else had kale salads. And then my next step, I told them, I'm finna try to get this into these grocery stores because no one has it. Every European, Edom, was trying to ask me, so where you planting it at? I'm like, hold up, bruh. Nah, that's TMI. I'm like, I would tell him, hey, I tell him like Jacob. I didn't lie to him. Oh, I'm planting it over there on the, north side somewhere. Oh, yeah. Like, I'm going to tell you exactly where I'm planting my stuff. Are you crazy? So you can go and try to steal some of my stuff. Because guess what? It's real out there. They was going to this brother's farm to steal his dogs. And I was afraid when they're going to steal his dogs, they're going to see that kale and tell somebody where I'm growing it. That's how deep it was over there. Deep. These people want to know where you selling your kale so they can go and steal it. Are you kidding me? That's how you know we living in one of the best empires here. Even though it's trash, but we still living in one of the best empires. Ain't nobody over here trying to kill each other and go steal somebody's kale. And it's nothing going wrong over there. People love kale that much. It's a hot product over there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell y'all, you got to know how to think. I went from my windowsill to the balcony to the ceiling, right? To someone else's land like Joseph. Joseph, he was a prince of Egypt. He wasn't, but the Most High gave him something because guess what? He put in that work. I put in that work all of that time from Africa to Europe. And the Most High saw me all this time still putting in the work. So why would he not bless me with it now again? Because he know I'm going to put in the work. I was just living in a house before this with a big yard, putting in the work. I had a chicken coop. I had a lot of plants. And it's like he keep blessing me with bigger. And guess what? Who knows what he may bless me with next? I got a lot of land planting all this. I got greenhouse, all of it from my hands. But who knows? See, when you actually use what the Most High is giving you, he will give you more. But when you don't do anything and you crying about, I ain't got nothing, and you don't try to find your way, you got to find your way and pray about what you want and make it happen. It's time for y'all to start having more faith and to use what the Most High has given you, your mind. And if you don't know, ask and get counsel. But don't ask questions amiss. Don't just ask questions just to be talking. Do you got a plan in your notebook or something like that? You know what I'm saying? You already got to have certain things in place to show people you serious. No one's going to give you a loan from a bank like that without a business plan. They like, oh, you just talking. Yeah, we ain't dealing with that. Because if you know what I'm saying, like if you really about something, you're going to show you're about it. Okay? So I could have actually, I had to come back though. I had to come back for reasons to finish this work. But let me tell you, if I was out there right now, my kale that I planted with my hands would be in those stores. I would have taken my butt to either talk to them myself, or I would have talked to her uncle, say, listen, I'm going to give you a little bit on the side because you let me use your land. But I need you, how you selling your stuff in these stores, if you don't mind, help me get this kale in these stores that we can both eat. Man, what? Y'all got it. Let me tell you. Y'all got to hustle. You see? We started our own restaurant out there in a foreign country. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people be talking and they never did anything. And we had Israel's name up there. Southern Kingdom in a foreign country. Registered business. It wasn't no mom and pop shop either. It was proper. So what I'm telling you is you got to study to show yourself approval. I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get my music popping. I trademarked my name, Lion and King. It's things that I didn't know how to do, but I don't wait. I just kept studying and doing whatever I needed to do it. So I'm telling all of y'all, ain't no more excuses, and there ain't gonna be no more excuses. The time gonna run out. Like that movie, what's it called? End Time, where they had just the time, whatever time they was given, they had to work for time. And if that time ran out, that was it for them. And if somebody needed to borrow some time, they had to run to them and touch their wrist and all of that to give them some time. It's real, man. And some of y'all should hate talking so much. So that's why the scriptures tell you, provoke one another to good works. I'm telling y'all my stories and put my life on the line for y'all to give y'all an example to help you guys. Because I don't hear people all the time talking about getting land, doing certain things, and preparing no more. I'm like, why is everybody quiet? I'm like, okay. People must have gave up. So, hey, you know, you ain't going to be able to come and take some oil out of another man or woman's lamp. I'm just telling you right now. You know, the elders can only do what they can do for the rest of the people as much as they can, but it's expected upon you to do your part. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's go to no, we went on a little rant for a second. Huh? Let's go to this article here before we go into the video. Inflation, why Canada grocers are accused of greedflation. Their inflation, why Canada, for educational purposes only, fair use, why Canada grocers are accused of greedflation. More than half of, I'm reading the captions here on the picture, more than half of Canadians say they can't keep up with rising cost of living, and 78% blame grocers for soaring food prices. Like many around the world, Canadians are struggling with the cost of food, but amid accusations of greedflation, taking advantage of inflation to raise prices, the country's largest grocery chains say they aren't to blame. With food prices mounting, Canadian grocery store giant Loblaw made a promise. The cost of products under its lower cost in the house brand. No name will remain frozen for 3 months. The offer, announced in a promotional email by Loblaw CEO Gail Weston on October 17th, wasn't well received. Some labeled it a PR stunt, while others declared it too little, too late. The sour reaction isn't without reason. Inflation has slowed in recent months, but the cost of food is still soaring, with an increase reaching a 41-year high. At the same time, large corporations, including grocers, are reporting record earnings. Loblaw's first quarter profit this year was up nearly 40% from the last year. And its net earnings after adjustments were up 17%. Now check this out. Don't forget what just happened with the so-called cold. People were actually making money off of it. People were making money off of it. These all of these pharmacies, all these corporate pharmacies. You see, so even though there is a famine coming, people are also using usury. Okay? And when I say using usury, the Gentiles can do that with us, and we can do that with the Gentiles. So that's not really against their law, but this is what they're doing to make their money. So you got to be playing chess and adapt and see what's going on. If you've been listening, getting your stuff ahead of time, storing your food right, that to make it last for years, you don't have to worry about when people are trying to actually take money out of your hard working pockets for you and your family. Because they also going to be people like what's going on here, where they're blaming people for greedflation. You can't blame people for trying to go and buy more stuff ahead of time. They see what's going on. So you're going to have things like this going on outside of, you understand, the regular famine, where people are trying to take advantage of people. These corporate people are trying to take advantage of people, guys. That's even the more to tell you guys. Make sure if you're in a state where things are still balanced, like Texas is still kind of balanced, but the food cost is up though. It is. You can't go up in that store right now pretty much without spending $100. I'm gonna just be real with you. You can have a basket and it ain't barely got nothing in there, and that thing come up to $89. You like, huh? I just got a bag of chips, a soda, a watermelon, some grapes, and a loaf of bread. What? Straight up. Any of you guys experiencing that? So right now was the time to buy what our forefather was doing, Joseph. Grains, wholemeal things, flour, masa, so you can make your little corn, tortillas, all that, right? Go to Sam's and get it so you can get the most out of your money. Go to Costco and get it so you can get the most out of your money. Learn how to put it in these 50-gallon containers or put it in Mylar bags so it can last long enough, because a lot of y'all going to want to eat that bread. You see, with flour, you can make pasta. You can make bread. You can use it as a thickening agent. It's a lot of things that you can do with flour. You can clean utensils. Listen, you can do a lot of things with flour. Okay? And the one thing I like about flour, children love bread, so they're going to be fine in the wilderness. You know, children love bread. They ain't going to be complaining about no manna. At least my children, boy, they eat some bread. But with that flour, also make sure you're getting you some, certain things to instill it into that flour to make that flour not just empty carbohydrates or empty sugars. A little green powder. Save you some green powder too. That green powder can last for a long time. If you learn how to save this stuff, you put you a little green powder in there, a little fiber, like with flax or something. Now you got you some wholemeal bread. A little chia. You got to learn how to store your flour, but also add stuff to it to make it on point. Or grow you some herbs. Dry your herbs out with your dehydrator or use the sun. I've dried herbs out with a dehydrator and using the sun. Right? You can do all of these things. Get you one of the little grinders that you can put on the table so you can grind your corn. Y'all ain't even thinking like this. Have you a generator where you get you a somewhere you can grind that. If you growing wheat or corn, where you can grind it like a coffee grinder, they sell them. Where you can grind it into fine flour. That's why they had the great millstone in the scriptures. Because the great millstone will grind the flour into fine flour. Because the coarse flour, I've made it before when I was in Africa. Let me tell you, it's horrible. It'll get you by, but it's horrible. You can't do nothing with it. It's like you throw that thing at somebody and kill them. So you can. Any of y'all ever grinded some wheat berries in real life and made some bread? I cook everything. I just be letting people come on here and cook. But let me tell you, I'm from Louisiana. I can cook. I just like to stay behind the scenes, but I throw down. My food would in any feast. I remember when we first went to Egypt. Elder Rawchaa said, "Oh yeah, you bringing that Italian chicken?" He wanted it every Sabbath, right? So any feast, and I don't feel the need to brag on myself. They just taught us to cook like that when I was young. I've been cooking since I was about 5 years old. Literally, they had me in the kitchen early. Any of the feasts, my food was gone. Everybody else, their food was still left, but my food was always gone. So they know what I'm talking about over there in Egypt. They know. I ain't got to lie. But anyway, if you've ever grinded some wheat berries, and I make body butters. I did all of that stuff. We did everything natural in Egypt. I made body butters. I made the raw sugar. I made butter from. Just because y'all don't see me coming on here saying anything, I've been doing this a long time. In Egypt, we had to use everything from scratch. We didn't have your Tony Sachery. We had to make our own seasonings, our own all that. So a lot of things that the sisters can do. Let me tell you, people like Elder Rawchaa get in that kitchen, throw down. That brother made me some of them Philly cheesesteaks and them pizzas. Hey, just because we can get down in that kitchen. That run on my mama's side, my grandpa, my daddy. That's just there. But that's why I'm telling y'all. What I'm telling you guys, I know. I don't say anything I don't know. If you grind them wheat berries without like a coffee grinder or there's an actual machine you can pay a few $100s where you can plug it up to a generator if the power goes out and you can still grind that flour to fine flour, you're going to be okay. But if you don't have that, save you a lot of flour. Save you your beans. Grow your potatoes. You can grow your potatoes in a bucket. You don't have to grow them in the ground. You can use wood chips to grow potatoes. You can use hay to grow potatoes. What are you waiting for? Your greenhouse don't got to be big like mine. You can have you a little small greenhouse. Get you some thorough plastic, of course, some cheap PVC pipe, some wood. I'm going to show y'all what I did on here in a second. I'm telling y'all all of this to encourage you and to exhort you and to provoke you to good works. So, because y'all waiting too long. Oh, girl, you want to go out to eat today? Uh-huh. Yeah, but do you got some food saved before you do that? Just because you bored. Waiting on your husband. I know he coming, but you need to prepare that food. Huh? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the video because it's 9:15. Because I'm all over the place right now. I'm just trying to let y'all know, like, listen, it's serious right now. It's real in the field. It's real in the field. Right? And brothers, if you single and you broke, you need to get you a new job. Or you got too many bills. You paying a car note. Drop that car note, pay you a thing cash. You got full coverage on a car that ain't even worth full coverage. No, save that money. You need to be putting in, you know what I mean? Nah. If you roommating, y'all can roommate on some land. Get your counsel first from your elders. Y'all can roommate the same price you're paying for that house you're renting or the house that you've bought. You can do that and own your land, put you an RV on there, right? And then I'm finna get y'all some game. Or put you a little mobile home. Make sure you're doing whatever for your credit. If not, there's ways around all of that. But now you renting the land together with counsel. With counsel. Always, do not do anything without counsel. Because if you're already living together, I'm saying. Because how you going to be living together as a roommate and then your honey come up in there? And you got 2, 3 more, 4 more dudes in there. And then how's she going to be comfortable? That's not being a man of the Most High. So how do you do this? You may be paying $2,000 a month. Okay. This is what you do. You ain't going to be living in the best, prettiest house. Get you a little 1 or 2 bedroom mobile home, or get you they got some nice RVs. The price drops down. You paying for your land. You don't need that much land. You don't need 10 acres for that. Your land payment is small. Your house payment is small. You got money left over. You got your own little privacy for when you do what you need to do for your honey or to come in soon, right? In its due time. You're prepared. Y'all don't be preparing and thinking ahead. So you survive right now holding each other down, but now it's time to think ahead. It's time to think ahead. It's time to think ahead. You don't own that land that house is on. Now, there's nothing wrong with keeping that. You still got your equity and all that. I get that. I'm just saying. But let me tell you, it ain't nothing like being out the cities. I'm just saying. Everybody don't have to do it. Grow you some food in that backyard and hold it down. You do what you can do, but I'm going to still give you wisdom for those who can do things. Those who can't do it right now, don't get in an emotional cloud. Oh my goodness, I can't do it. What am I going to do? That's not what I'm saying. For those who can do better, you should do better. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. If I couldn't move on this land right away, that's what I was doing in my other house. I had enough land. I was planting over there. But the Most High, like, this ain't enough for this boy. This boy crazy. I told you I was going to build a greenhouse, right? I done built 3 already. I done built 3 in 2 weeks. So let me tell you. Here we go. Let's go ahead and go to the video, man. Lord have mercy. Let me go here, man. I haven't uploaded it yet. I got it on private right now until I show it to you guys. I wanted everyone to be able to see it first here on G.O.C.C. Media. So give me one moment. I'm pulling it up for you guys right now. Okay. A lot of people ain't gonna tell y'all certain things because they want to keep things for themselves. And they want to be seen. I'm talking about your friends and people you deal with. They want to be seen. And let me tell you, what good is, like the scripture said, having wisdom and you just holding that thing? It's certain wisdom you got to give to the people. And if you see things coming from afar, you got to put it out there for the people and warn them and blow the trumpet. So that's what us elders be trying to do, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the update part 1 on the land. You can see part 2 is going to be uploaded tomorrow. All you got to do is go to this page here. It's called bodybuilding. And if you don't find it, just send me an email. But matter of fact, no. I'm going to send you guys a link. One moment here. I'm going to send you the link after. Let's just watch it. Let me take my little face off of here. Y'all need to see that. Y'all ready? Hold up. It says a boxable is better than an RV. Let me tell you, y'all don't got to put y'all opinions. What you like for you, you keep that to yourself. Okay? You if you want to put a comment like that on here, put that, the different options for people. We don't want to say what's best and I do it this way. No. And I'm not picking on you, but we got to start to touch up the way we speak so that we can just encourage people, okay? I'm digging holes for the first greenhouse right here. Please excuse the wind. Sometime the wind was blowing. This is the second greenhouse I'm working on. I was working on 2 at one time. I was putting concrete in there to put the post in there to make sure it's strong and the strong winds that blow out here. Working from morning to night. Oh, no, you okay. I'm not picking on you. I'm just letting you know some people go a little overboard, so I'd rather just stop it right now. I know you didn't mean no harm. Not at all. Don't you worry.
To it with the Most High, but to do it.
Yeah, I use them pallets because they free. A lot of things, I don't want to just be spending my money on everything.
All right, guys, I got my first arch up, and don't forget, if the first greenhouse that we saw was quite smaller than this one, I wanted this one to be much taller because I wanted my fruit trees to at least have some height that's at least 7 to 8 feet
Yes,
high.
I'm using recycled
So
pallets.
right now they will be 7 feet. I will keep all my fruit trees probably about you understand, 7 feet high to 7.5, and that's good because I don't have to climb.
It was cold there,
to
yes,
get
that
my
day.
fruit. So
It's
you
80
can
degrees again
turn
now.
your trees into a bush like that. So that's
4
why
seasons in 2 weeks.
I didn't keep this. At first it was like about this high, which is still, listen, still not bad. Some people's greenhouses is like this, and you still can do what you need to do. But personally, I wanted enough room. Look, I can stretch out in here. I can put my tomatoes on a string up and down.
I'll answer questions after the video.
I can have my trays for my seed startings. But one of my greenhouses realistically is going to be for trees, and one of them is going to have a little startings and like kale and just different things, blueberries, different things that you can't probably grow out there. So I just thought I'd show that I'm up late at night getting ready to go eat my dinner, and getting ready to do probably 100 reps on back still. Even if I stay up late, I still get my workout in. Okay, I got this thing on there, like I said, so I don't be breathing in this cold, but we putting in the work. So tomorrow what I will come in to do is just brace this even more. This PVC right here even more. I'll screw it in.
Oh, here we go.
To make sure it's strong.
1 second. Just be careful with pallets. You don't want all those nails. You don't have to tell me what to do. This is where we're going to stop it right here. 1 second. You don't have to tell me what to do. This is the thing I'm trying to tell y'all. I already know. First of all, I know what I'm doing. I know that I don't want to have nails on my land. This is the thing. That's a vain comment, and I'm not picking on you, but I got to set it straight. Y'all be like pricking each other with certain comments on here that just, it's just vain. As Hebrews, we have to stop that. My way is right. Oh, you know what? You need to do this. I got people sometimes coming on my social media. Hey, send this to somebody, do this. You don't have to tell me to do none of that. You see what I'm saying? I'm sharing something with y'all to help y'all. I'm not sharing something with you because I need some information with you right now. When the questions come and I have a question, I will ask you the question if I need that information. If I don't, so be it. When you got your platform, then that's where you could tell somebody. If you got a YouTube channel or something, I come there and you say, don't do this, I'll listen to that. But right now, this is not the time. We're trying to show people who may not know what's, you understand, going on. This is not for every time, like if I bring somebody on with a talent, oh, you should have did this or do that. I'm just trying to teach y'all, you're not going to make it to the kingdom like that. You're worrying about vanity. Listen, that's not the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. Do you really think a man who's building all of this don't know that? It's like we don't even think of this small stuff before we do that. Y'all gotta get that together.
And then eventually when my plastic comes in, we're gonna put our plastic on. Listen, it's going down. Listen, I promise you could have done this in one day, but because I'm so busy, I'm doing it in 1 to 3 days, but it's okay. So just thought I'd show that. We out. Gotta go get some grub. Remember, theirs was probably smaller than this.
And I can learn from you all. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying this is really not the time or the place right now for that. That's all I'm saying. I can learn from anybody. And let me say this. Why am I saying that? The scriptures tell us, speak, young man. I don't want to quote it wrong, but you don't have to basically speak so much at the wrong time. If someone asks you something, you speak and you say it in few words. Right? It says scarcely if you're asked, do you speak? Okay, especially when it's not your time to speak. Okay, so that's just what I'm saying. Like, we got to have a little bit more honor. And I'm not talking about honor for me, but right now this platform is focused on teaching people of what's going on. And we just got to really start to have more honor for people, not just for me, the elders, but for one another. It's like we always try to tell somebody our way is best, and it's not. We are sharing ways to build the kingdom of heaven. That's all I'm saying, all right? This is a simple greenhouse right here, guys. The cattle panel, you pay about $35 for this cattle panel, and it works so easy for you. So I built 3 different greenhouses to show you that whatever you guys have, you can use it. If you cannot afford this or that, I use free pallets. If you want to frame it and make it look more neat, you can just buy your wood if you can afford the wood. I can't afford the wood, but I'd rather just spend that type of money for something like that. I just want the greenhouse to work, not to really look pretty.
So here, guys, chickens outside getting money. They all getting along now. They're not fighting anymore. See? So I took the frame out, that ugly old frame I had in there. As you see, stuff up there still flapping because I still got to fix that. But because winter's coming, I got to get my stuff in. So the greenhouse takes precedent. Okay, so we're gonna frame it so we can fix the arch a little bit. But look, you can walk through here. just fine. See, you can walk through here just fine. And it has a lot of room. I didn't want a cute small one, right? So we all the way back here. Guys, if you guys have any greenhouses or gardens and things, you can send them to my email through WeTransfer, and I can share them on here. I can put it together to help share some of this stuff. I don't mind. I know I'm not the only person doing this. So I love to share other people's things. I need to figure the door part now. Hey guys, it's a very, very windy day. So basically, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's supposed to rain today. I was gonna go get some more 2x4s and wood, but I thought about it. I said, why don't I just use some of the pallets? It's not that I never thought about it, but these are already cut and ready. But you know, you have to start using what's free a lot of times so that you don't overextend yourself. You can use this money for other things. Right now, some things you get what you pay for, but sorry. In this situation, I actually took one of my pallets. I actually sawed it down. The other piece is over there somewhere. We can use the wood to burn or use it.
I'll answer your questions in the end, guys.
So I also use this wood to frame. So when I get my plastic, don't forget, guys, with the greenhouse, everyone does this everywhere. We have to have something. Take other pieces of wood to drill into that to keep that plastic on there, and we wanted enough wood, so we use this. It may not look to you the best, but when you go to the best gardens and the best greenhouses and the best whatever, they're using what they have. So if you want to do it pretty, that's a blessing too. But the great thing is you can start it now and come back and change it later. But I won't be doing that, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to burn this wood. I'm gonna burn it and seal it, okay? Even though you don't have to do it. These pallets have been out and they're still okay. But I'm gonna burn it and seal it just to give it a nice rustic look. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I use this post here to put this heavy door because it's pretty strong. I would have used that or something like this, but this can take this. So this door will just be something where we just have a latch on it, okay? And the other door, we have an actual proper door for it. All right, so what I'm getting ready to do now, I'm getting ready to take this piece of wood and actually frame it up, okay? That way the door won't just be swinging back and forth, right? So, and then I have to put pallets in the back to frame it. So listen, guys, I just came on here once again to show you, to inspire you.
Excuse me for the wind, it's very windy.
And I promise you, I could have done both of these greenhouses today. If I woke up at 5 or 7 in the morning, I could have finished this in a day. But I have other businesses, I have other things that I have to do. I have to do G.O.C.C media, I have church work, I run Key Supplements. It's so many things I have to do. I'm a father. So, yeah, I hope you guys like it. Hope you're inspired. Take a walk inside with me to see what we got so far. And the reason that I wanted to make this door much bigger because I have big trees that's going to be coming inside of this one. So, you know, this is what you see so far. We're actually probably going to fit like 1 or 2 more hoops. It's not really needed, to be honest, but we made just for a little bit extra reinforcement. And I'll just come in here and just reinforce certain things if I feel like they're too weak or something like that. But everything for the most part is pretty much strong. Look at all the space you have in it. And let me tell you, this thing is strong. If you think it ain't strong, let me show you. This is how you know it's strong. Okay? It's strong. So, we ain't worried about the wind. We have some pretty tough clay soil, but we did add some concrete in here. So, yeah, guys, it's nothing to worry about or stress about here. So, I'm going to finish my work, and I'm going to give you a little food, and I'm going to get out here.
that money, charging all that money for this this propane. Everything is just getting so expensive. For those of you who do not do this, you actually turn it the opposite way. You'll get frustrated trying to turn it the other way. Like, usually we turn it clockwise. This is counterclockwise when we deal with the propane. This little fire starter that came with it. What you can use is actually use a lighter, but be careful. Boy, sometimes I'm working out there, it's either crazy hot or it's crazy cold. And I mess up a lot of my clothes because I'm kneeling down on the ground and getting mud on my shoes. Oh boy. Turn the propane tank on. Turn your torch on. You don't have to turn it on too much. Be safe, guys. Be safe with this, man, please. You don't want to burn the hose itself. You got to pay attention. This is sealing the wood. Got to monitor it and be careful you don't actually mess up your your wire. I mean your actual line. This will save you some money from buying the expensive wood. It doesn't catch on fire because I don't believe in movies. Movies are overrated. Unless you got you some gasoline or some diesel right around you. I keep a water hose there for safety. Because some of the old wood will catch on fire a little bit, but you can just spray it. It won't like catch on fire where something's gonna burn down though. Another thing, you want to make sure that you have a shovel or something to stop the fire or a water hose. So be safe. Mercury now. The reason I'm burning the pallets is because when it gets humid in there, over a few years, I don't want the wood to rot out. Even though it'll last the whole time, even if you lose. I just want mine to be sure and not have any termites or anything like that. Any impurities or bugs hiding inside. I really believe that blue wood and stuff is true. You don't have to do this. This is just my way of making sure my investment lasts a little longer. You don't want to burn your PVC because the PVC will help. Burning the grass or any fleas or any ticks or any ants. And it's just pretty much going to help the soil before we till it. Well, I'll tell you guys what I said after the video. No worries. You can ask me those questions after. Don't you throw them pallets away. You can use them pallets for anything. I built the whole shed with those pallets, and I'm going to build a whole gym next. If you can't find them, you can order them for free. People sell them on Facebook Marketplace. They'll give you like a, a certain amount for a little bit amount of money. Boy, this was hard right here. I'm not going to even lie to you. This was rough. I see how the men of the Most High went to war back in the days. My goodness, those tools, if they ever feel light to you, that means you've been putting some work outside. Good Father. That's one of them heavy iron rods right there. Good Lord. I'm running out of breath. You don't want to use a big head sledgehammer for this one. It's not needed. You might break the thing. The rod. Is that a rocket here? I'm burning it because I want to seal the wood. I don't want it to rot. I don't want termites there. You don't have to do that though. You do not have to do it. Over time, the humidity inside of the greenhouse, I just want it to last as long as possible. That's all. And I'm burning the grass because I don't want any termites or ticks or any parasites before I start tilling that ground. And I burn down the grass so I don't have to cut it.
What you doing, baby?
Yeah, well, I built my whole shed out of the pallets, and it came out very strong and durable. Use what you got. It makes it very much more easy. I'm going to be honest with you. It comes out just the exact same way, too. I didn't want to burn the outer side because water is not really going to go on that side. So sometimes I did on the other greenhouse. You can, but mostly the parts where it's going to be water while I'm watering the plants down there.
Woo!
I'll explain everything after.
Got my brothers out here helping me.
Deacon Malak. Deacon Malak came out to help.
Hold on one second, let me get this on camera.
My sister-in-law, my wife, putting his work in. Step by step.
Like a motorcycle. Uh-huh.
No, I don't want it to grow tall. I just want it to stay like a bush.
So you can cut it and make it like a bush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called an auger. It's an auger. I got a hard, heavy clay soil. So, you gotta, let me tell you, that ground is rough. You don't have to use that. Sometimes I use the pick at different times, different days.
41.
Yeah, this is a mango tree. This is a Thai mango tree.
I ain't going nowhere. Come on.
I want to keep it in the greenhouse so it doesn't mess up in the wintertime.
The must go inside there for.
Pull it.
No, the table is big.
Excuse me.
No, we save them. That's why he's trying not to cut it.
Oh, there you go. It's good.
Okay.
Just pick it up and pull it. There we go.
That was a heavy tree, boy. That tree weighs 200 pounds. I'm going to tell you right now. That root ball.
My bad, bro.
It's not sand. It's actually normal common field dirt mixed with clay and a little, barely sand. It only looks like that because it got grinded up. It only looks like that because it got grinded up by that auger.
Yep.
Careful the baby.
Little baby.
You have a baby closet.
Oh.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm looking pretty dirty, but it's okay. Me and my brothers just put the Thai mango in here, and we have another mango that we're actually getting ready to put in the ground here. We're actually going to propagate them, air layer them, okay? And after we air layer them, we're going to keep this tree short, and it's just going to kind of grow mangoes like that. After we continue to air layer it, then it's just going to stay a bush, so we don't want it to bust through the greenhouse, right? So we're gonna just continue to. The tree is like 8 years old. This is an older tree, so it's growing a lot of fruit already. Yeah, so that's what we got so far. We kind of kept it above the ground. I got a deal on that. So the soil can drain very nice because we have a heavy clay soil. So we kept the roots above so they can actually breathe as well, right? So that's what you can do. You can plant it on a mound if you have clay soil like that. All right, peace and blessings. One layer of plastic is suffice if you get a very heavy duty plastic. You got to get a heavy duty plastic if you want to use one layer of plastic. Yeah, look at this. My brothers came out to help me. You know what I'm saying? They, yeah, tilled the ground, burnt the wood. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy, got it looking good and sealed this wood up. Yep. Yeah, buddy.
You put your stuff up, man?
That's fish I'm putting in the ground to feed the plant. So we're making a food forest here. We're gonna have food all around here. I'm not using my land to run around. It's gonna have trees. I expect to have minimum 100 trees around here. Berries, blueberries. You gotta take your time. Like there's things that's 50% off right now. Go to that garden center and get your stuff, man. I got enough land to run around. The rest of it's gonna be food. I don't need no regular trees for the most part. Give me one of those steaks. The Most High already gave us everything for free. That's why we have to use the land. You got seeds. You don't have to keep buying seeds. All you got to do is put the work in. He said, hate not the laborer's works. He's already given you everything.
Garage sale. He got it for $50. Best thing he could have, because I would have been doing this by hand. No.
I saw this tiller at a garage sale, and it was a Sabbath, so I couldn't buy it. And I said, man, I would love to get that. I'm not going to use my grace to buy something on the Sabbath. So, especially a tiller. If I was going street preaching, I need me a coffee or something to go, I would. But I waited, and the next day I came back to visit my mom. The tiller was still out there the next day at the garage sale. So the garage sale lasted more than one day. And guess what? It was there for me. I went to buy it for $50. It's a plug-in tiller.
Beautiful garden. I'm actually coming from 2 different gardens. I went to the garden center. Then I came here. The Holy Spirit said, somebody texted, you still coming? I said, you know what? I'm still going to come. And I'm glad I came because look what I got. Such beauty. This sister is like, well, she said she's almost 70, doing all of this work. There's no excuses, man. So I'm just so inspired right now. I came over here and got me a big tangerine tree. I got me a kumquat, which is a very rare tree to find. And the other place had it for $100 and it was small. Here, I got a big one for a little bit more. I am so blessed and so grateful. And I feel highly favored by the Most High. And I see something else I want, by the way. Oh my goodness. All right.
Don't forget the hen was making the bread and everybody wanted to eat, but they ain't put their hands to the plow. These brothers come out there and put their hands to the plow.
No holes in it. Now just stretch it all the way back and then we'll take it out.
Let's go put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah, is that mama? Did you get the staple?
Mm-hmm. You need that now?
No, I'm just saying, soon we get on that side.
You know that nail gun is part of a staple. You can use it as a staple too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just buy the staples for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you go with 10. You got it?
Yep. That's really nice.
Bro, yeah, you go to the middle, bro. Like I am. There you go.
Burning the wood seals the wood from bugs. It waterproofs it. It fireproofs it. Okay, so that's what it does. And this wood is known to last for 1,000 years.
Oh, yeah, we bringing it down some more then. Yeah, I got to just make sure I held in place first. So the wind won't blow it away.
I don't just do this for myself. I do this for y'all too. I'm trying to inspire and show y'all how easy it can be done. Y'all, you know what I mean? You got to be ready to put your hands to the plow.
All right, guys, last but not least, I'm very tired right now because I've been up planting trees in the ground, trying to get them in the ground so they can get that good rain so the roots can get established. Some of you probably like, you could have waited, but you know, I'm on the move. We're not promised tomorrow. So that's just how I work, man. I finished the other greenhouse. I want to show you a little bit what I have going on here so far with our food forest. So here I have hibiscus in the ground. I cut it short because a lot of it died back on when I moved. It's going to come back up, and even when the winter comes, I'm going to cut it back down. This is an avocado. Okay, I'm not going to go into all that right now. I'll go into the specifics of the type of plant another time, but it's a cold hardy avocado. That's why I can keep
Hit
it
that
up.
like button. Hit
Another
that like
hibiscus
button. Coming in.
Another hibiscus. It's lacking some type of minerals that I have to give it, but the flowers will soon be coming soon. Beautiful. Okay, got a big pine here, got all of our raised beds in the grove I made for my family. So let's walk through this grove because I'm gonna have things crawling up it. Okay. So far I have my Malabar spinach that I bought from Jerusalem Naturals already crawling up, and it has seeds on it. It grows, guys. It grows. I think this plant grows by the minute. It's already grown since I bought it from it. Okay, so we're walking through the grove where I'm going to have, not grapes, I'll have another section of my house for grapes. This is going to be just other things that crawl up, like melons and pumpkin, different things like that. Okay, so this is my little courtyard. Pomegranates, olives. Got big olives coming too. I got one big olive planted. These are the mulberry trees that I brought from my other house. Okay, this is a mulberry tree that I actually have. I actually air layered this one, so it may survive, it may not. But it looks like it is surviving actually. This, what you see right here, is not a part of it. This is just a stick tied to it to keep it up. All right. That's another mulberry that I actually air layered. So I got to do some more clipping on it to make sure it focuses on the roots, because the roots.
So you can multiply your trees by air layering them. I'll show you guys how to do that as well. I got 3 trees out of those 2 trees, or 4 trees, excuse me. So yeah, you don't have to keep spending money on them. They will grow fruit the same year. You got to learn how to graft, and you got to learn how to air layer and propagate trees.
Searching. All of these are already producing a lot of fruit. Okay, so I bought them because I want stuff that's growing now. Okay, I don't want to wait for every little thing. Some things I got that I'm going to have to wait, but this is a pear. We have more fruit trees on the other side of our land there.
Most High willing, next year, guys, this is going to look totally different and huge. And, you know, I haven't even put a dent in it, what I plan to do with this yet.
Okay. This is an apple that he gave me for $5 for buying the rest of those trees. This is a loquat. We got other.
Yes, I use wood chips. I get wood chips delivered for free. They want to deliver them, so just tell them you want the wood chips delivered on your land.
A few citrus in the greenhouse I'm going to show you. This is a tangerine that's producing a lot of fruit. This is a bottle brush. So I have a little section of flowers, as you know. Roses. Okay. All right. Other citrus here. This is a Eureka lemon, and we have a Meyer lemon. One of those down there is a Meyer lemon. Or is it this one here? I think this one is our Meyer lemon. Yeah, I think that, and it's producing a lot. It produced a lot last year. The lady said, who I bought it from. This is a gardenia, just more flowers. I have to come back in here and take a lot of these aloe veras out to plant the new pups that's coming out from them. The great thing about some of these trees is I actually got a few pups from 2 of my lemon trees. Let's check out the greenhouse. Our first greenhouse. Okay, left the plastic in here because I got to save the plastic just in case I ever have any breaches. Guys, it's very cold out here, but in this greenhouse, it is very warm. You see, we took an old bed post, use it as a window. Use all of these pallets. It can breathe in here. It is very warm in here compared to outside. So these trees or whatever veggies I put in here are going to be just fine. The old door from the house that my daughter didn't want on her closet, and we burned it to weatherproof it, but actually it was already weatherproof. So a lot of you probably thinking like, isn't that door going to rot? No, we already burned it and sealed it. The door works just nice, just fine. See, very solid. More wood we're going to use for the raised beds in the first greenhouse. So we got a lot of things in here. We tilled this ground here, as you see. Well, I don't want to lock myself in here. I'm gonna lock myself in here. We got our ginger there. We got ginger from 2 different places. This ginger grows really nice and tall. A lot of you who grow ginger already know. You guys see it's raining. Everything is nice and protected. This is another citrus that I'll be bringing out in the spring, but just in case a harsh winter comes, I want to keep it in here, plant it in the ground, because a lot of times you plant things in the buckets and they will not, it's like a fish tank. They'll only grow so big. They can grow big, but I really want the earth to feed it.
The window was for circulation of the greenhouse, yes.
some things you got to plant in a pot, like mint. Mint will take over, so it's good to plant it in a pot. So this here, what type of tree we have here? This is a calamundan, one of those easy peeling citrus. Now check it out. This is the thing, you really don't want to focus on the fruit. You want to focus on a good root system. But I'm going to just go ahead and let these fruit grow. This shows great genetics for this tree to be already growing so much. This is our Thai mango here. I'm very grateful for our Thai mango because it actually gave us a pup. That's why we planted that pup in the ground, and my chickens came in here and actually started eating on it. So that's why the leaves are taking off. The chickens came in here, started eating on it. This is our moringa. I wanted to put it in the ground, so by the time spring comes, I can actually graft it or propagate it and bring more of it outside. I'm gonna have to run in the house because it's raining like crazy. This is our other okay, peppers. They're not ornamental, they're actually ones you can eat. You know, with taste and flavor. Chocolate mint, all types of mint, garlic. You know, these are just things we picked up from the garden center. Okay, Greek thyme, different type of thyme. Oregano, different types of oregano, right? So these are just the herbs: fennel, sage, rosemary. Got a lot more to come. Great size greenhouse for me to do a lot of things. This greenhouse here is more so for my trees. Okay, and I'll put a little bit of things and plant certain things and herbs around there. Okay, I'm actually going to be planting tomatoes on the string up here. Okay, this is our papayas, because papayas that we had, they always die in the winter, so here they'll be able to actually live and have a home. So I got 2 of them so that they can produce very well. Okay, you see they're already fruiting. Okay, so I want them to get nice and strong. And I'm going to keep all of my trees at bay, keep them very low, and just let them bush. Okay, so I'm going to continue to propagate these mangoes so I can have like 30 mango trees. All right, and hopefully I'll be able to send you some of them. These are just more tomato plants. Okay, you can actually take these tomato plants, cut them, separate them, and have you a whole new plant. For those of you who don't already know that, you should already know that. If you plant already, excuse me. But yeah, that's getting a little wet. So that's my little shelf right there for my my little seedlings. I'll be sitting up with my trays there with some diatomaceous earth and fix all of this because it's a lot of ants. So we'll fix that very easy. It's no problem at all. It's probably been my grow zone is 9A. I'm in 9A. Just have to get used to it. But anyway, guys, yes, we got the vent here, and I'm probably gonna have to come back and burn this here, being that it's gonna be raining on it. That way it can be weatherproof as well. We probably already burned. No, we didn't burn that one. So we're gonna burn that. And look, guys, it's amazing. It is amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed what we have to show, a few of the updates. I got so many updates to come. I'm going to keep you guys updated. This is the one that we did with the PVC. The other one we did with cattle panel. Which one would I do? Would I like better? I like this one for its height. And this is my actual creation here. I just want to thank those on YouTube as a guide, because I usually follow the Holy Spirit. The ones that they had were too small for me. The designs that they had were too small for me. So I wanted mine taller, and I made it taller. So I told my wife, she was like, it's supposed to be like this. I said, listen, I don't need no YouTube video. So let me tell you, I'm going to do it like Noah built that ark, through the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. And that's what I did. So mine came out much larger, much bigger. And when I put it on YouTube, I can show people how I took some motivation and encouragement from someone who built the greenhouse, and I'm not gonna say I did it better. I made it bigger, because you wouldn't have had the idea if that other person didn't make it in the first place. So we got to stop being like that. So I'm very grateful for the idea of the wisdom the Most High put in them to instill in me, right? This is the other pup of the Meyer lemon. It was already growing baby lemons on it. Even though it was not grafted or propagated. It was already actually growing lemons on it. So I took those little lemons off. Okay, we don't want this baby to be growing no lemons. This is like a young lady, 11 years old, trying to have babies. We want to focus on a nice root system. So I'm going to take this out, okay, and put it in the ground here as well until spring, and then I'm going to actually be able to take it out. So, yeah.
Alrighty. So, let's answer a few questions because we're running behind a little bit. And part 2, if you want to see part 2, go to this page. Let me put the link in there for you guys. Go to this page. One moment. If you want to see part 2 tomorrow, it'll be uploaded there. Make sure you subscribe to see more. I always show things first on G.O.C.C. media. Okay? Because I gotta bless you guys. All right? One moment, I'm getting the link here. All right. So, where do I begin? All right. So that's the link to the page for those of you who may, who may want to stay up to date with what we are coming with on the bodybuilding page, like extra videos and just different things and different talents from a lot of different people in the body. I know we're lagging a little bit. I don't know how that happened, but we're back. So let me answer a few questions. I'm going to give 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. And I'm going to try to answer the questions because my wife made some curry. I got to get up on this curry. And it's leftovers. So leftovers be hitting even harder. Y'all know how that goes. Is that heavy duty painter's plastic? No, it's not. The heavy duty painter's plastic, it will catch holes in it over time. Okay, so I've used that one already. It don't work good. It doesn't work good. Well, so what you do, you go to Amazon and you order you a heavy duty greenhouse plastic, 60 mil, I think, 60 mil, and UV protection. So you want to get that. All praises. I appreciate you guys for coming on here, learning, trying to get better. This is what it's about. We're all doing this. It's not just me. You may see me doing it, but it's other people doing it too. And I'll be asking if y'all want to get on here, send me an email. And like I said, I'll get with your leader to make sure you're in good standings, and we'll get you on here. Right? So it's up to y'all. I'm gonna bring Elder Rawchaa on soon to show some of his planting stuff. And I got a lot of good stuff to come. I tell you that. But right now, the winter's coming. We need to be making sure that we're preparing. So I got to keep you guys updated to show you this land had nothing on it. I used my hands, my time, my energy to put everything that you see on there. The plumbing from the well to my house. All that. Okay. Some things I paid some people to do, like the electrician and some major plumbing in my house. But I'm talking about the stuff on the land, the food forest. This is just the beginning. Most I willing, you're going to see 50 plus blueberry trees on here in a few weeks. Okay. Some that grow in spring and some that'll grow in fall. So let's see what some of these questions are. What is ideal acreage for land farming? You can have a 1/4 acre. Get you a 1/4 acre. Depending on how many people you got, that's more than enough land. You don't need 10 acres like us. We can't even cut all of this grass. And we have our family coming on here very soon, like my sons. Okay, my older sons and, their wives. So you have to have the space for things like that. Okay. Elder, are you growing ginger, sweet potatoes, and sweet onions? I'm growing all of that. Listen, I got my herbal book. I'm growing every herb, hopefully, that's in the book. I get hopefully. Or at least the main things to keep you on point, right? I got a eucalyptus tree. On part 2, you're going to see that someone blessed us with. For people in apartments, would it be good to grow food in a fish tank? You can grow food in whatever you want to, and you're going to be good. That's a great idea. But you need to make sure you have some type of drainage. So That's the only part about that, the drainage. If you don't have like a hole drilled in there and you seal it on the side with some type of silicone or something, and it can drain out into something. If it's on the patio, cool. Maybe you can drill a hole in there. But if not, you need to have some type of where your water can drain or your soil is going to mold. What is harder to grow, trees or veggies or fruit? In my opinion, the hardest thing to grow is veggies, because you have to pay more attention to them. They grow fast though, but the bugs try to eat them, so you want to make sure. But a lot of times, if they have great soil and great biology in the soil, great life, they can fight and fend for themselves. The trees, you put them in the ground, they're easy to grow, but in containers, they're harder to maintain because you're always losing all the nutrients out of the trees. That's why I like all of my trees in the ground, so Mother Earth can actually take care of them. You can grow them in containers. I've seen big lemon trees and all that in containers, and they would do just fine. It just takes more maintenance, unless you have sprinkler system or something going. I'm getting ready to move my bees closer to by my house. Because we share bees on our land, so they can pollinate the trees. Because we have also other trees that in our community garden in the front of our property. So we just want more than enough food. Will you ever sell us stuff off your land like a farmer's market? That's what I meant to say earlier. Yeah. I can send stuff, but let me get my hands to the plow and show that I'm successful like I was in Europe with that big old farm, land of kale and all that. Then hey, we'll talk about that definitely. I got a lot of plans, guys. I mean, I haven't even showed you, and they know I'm not about talk, so I haven't even showed you all of my plans just yet. Most High, like I said, I say Most High willing. None of us know tomorrow, so I'm doing the best I can to prepare for now first. But I got some plans in the near future. What is the estimated size of your greenhouse? One of my greenhouses is 28 feet by 12 to 14 feet. I didn't really go by any. At first, I went by the information on YouTube, and I said, nah, I need it bigger. I could have made it 30 feet, 40 feet. And then I built another greenhouse. I built 3 greenhouses, guys. That's on part 2. Make sure you subscribe so you can see part 2. I built another greenhouse already. I'm just waiting on the plastic. I was putting the plastic on last night. It wasn't the right size, so I had to send it back to Amazon. The other one will be here next week. I already built 3 greenhouses, and there's some more to come, probably next year, but 3 is enough for now. And I built that one different than these 2. I used the leftover PVC that I had, some 2x4s, built this one. I'm going to show you how easy I built this for you who have a small amount of land. You can build this if you don't have pallets. You're going to see what I'm saying. I just did it 3 ways to show people different things that you can do. So I actually could have made it all with pallets like I did the other. I just put pallets on the front and the back of this one, but I really didn't need them. No problem. I don't mind sharing it. What is the estimated size of your greenhouses? I answered that one. Can you use wood chips in your garden to grow all things, or are the wood chips only used for certain things? You can use the wood chips, and it's just mulch. Let's just call it mulch. You can use hay. You can use wood chips. You can use leaf mulch. All of these things turn to carbon. But you can put the wood chips in a compost pile until springtime. After the winter, what will happen is that the rain and the winter and the frost will break them down, and at the bottom you will have soil that's made on its own. But if you put all of the wood chips on top of your plants, sometimes this is what happens. The carbon, because it's not fully broken down, because it needs nitrogen to help it break down. If you don't have like nitrogen inside of those wood chips, it will steal the nitrogen from the ground of your plants, and your plants will turn yellow. So a lot of times you want to make sure that plant is fertilized nice and has enough nitrogen, so that the nitrogen it tries to steal, it won't take it from it. So that right there is very important. So I would mostly use compost that's already finished for like the vegetable garden. I really wouldn't put wood chips there unless it's finished compost, because those wood chips will steal the nitrogen from your vegetable garden. Use finished compost. Some people do layer mulch on it, maybe for winter time, but and it does bring a great soil biology. But personally, for a vegetable garden of greens, because all of them don't react good with it. My kale and my tomatoes have always reacted good with wood chips. Okay, compost under there though. But you got to make sure that they're heavily fed if you're going to do it that way, okay? So always just study to show yourself approved. But the trees love heavy mulch. The fruit trees, you can mulch them and they have enough strength to be able to survive something like that. Elder, you double ripped the top of your greenhouse? Did you double ripped? I don't know what that means. Oh, double wrapped? Okay, maybe you had a typo. No, I didn't double wrap. The film that I have is heavy enough. You can get it from Amazon, a heavy duty one. The other ones will have holes in it in a few months. Great question. You guys are asking some great questions. So this lets me know that y'all thinking about, putting your hand to the plow. Don't overkill yourself though. Do little by little of what you can do and get better at it. And if you need help, ask for help. Have you considered angling the windowsill for water runoff next time? Oh no, that's not necessary. That's not even necessary. I'm burning that wood. That's a great idea though. That's not even necessary though. The humidity already drops water in there, so that water coming in there is not bad. I actually want some water to come in there. But thank you. Great question. And see, that's the great thing about it. One person can build, and then you can get better from that. So that was a great question. But it's not necessary, though. The purpose of the greenhouse is different climates or wintertime, so you can keep your or tropical plants. Tropical plants like mangoes who are not native here, they need a greenhouse because they like tropical weather. Or they will go bad in certain cold climates. Right? So that's the purpose of it. And to be able to grow certain things like cucumbers, potatoes, carrots, lettuce, and certain greens year round. Okay. Just received my first order from Key Supplements. All praises to the Most High. We helping a lot of people with that. I must be honest. I don't brag at all, but we definitely, I'm very grateful. A lot of people, when I say a lot, I'm not talking about 5. I get hundreds of orders all day, so we helping a lot of people, and it's very, praise the Most High that is helping you. That's why I started it, more so that I pray that we can become a household name, not just you guys, but some of you, not just me, but some of you guys who are selling your products out there. It's not easy work, but because it's a demanding, competitive industry. But hey, yes, you can in college apartments. I've seen how to do it. You use the fish water. Yeah, you can use that fish water that tank. Great fertilizer. Just don't use chicken poop right away. Is there a link for your bodybuilding page? Can't seem. I put the link in there. Hope you got it. It's on here. If not, type in bodybuilding in Christ because I closed out the thing because I'm already past the question time here. I'm just trying to make sure I got everyone's questions as best as possible. One moment here. How far did you have to dig for your well water? Not far. We thought we was gonna have to go 300 feet. They only went 200 some feet, I think. Not much at all. Any suggestions for me, Elder? I'm in an apartment. How should I go about this? Go on YouTube and type in planting in apartments, and they'll show you many different videos. You can grow lettuce. I've grown lettuce on my rooftop when I was in Africa. In a trash can, I put holes all in it. I put a PVC in the middle, drilled holes. I water through the middle so the lettuce has small amount of roots. And I had lettuce popping all out that thing. But I planted the lettuce, the seedlings first in a tray, and then I put the lettuce in there and it grew out beautiful. Some mango trees, if they're not dwarf trees, get very tall, 30 feet. But you can always train them to stay low into a bush. You can make the trees bow to you so you don't have to climb. Shalom, Elder. What advice can you give those having difficulty being consistent and staying motivated? You got to find the motivation. You got to find some discipline. Get you a notepad, write things down, pray for the Most High to help you get discipline. Hang around people with those who have discipline. Listen to people who have discipline and follow some of the things they do. Find some motivation in people who have discipline and start actually making small goals for yourself and start doing them. Even if some, like for instance, even though I work out every day, I still do push-ups in the morning, even though I don't need to do them. After this, I'm going to go work out. It's 10:21. I'm still going to go work out. I'm not going to go kill myself. I'm going to take 25, 30 minutes, work out, and that's discipline. After working hard in the backyard. You don't have to kill yourself. You need to balance yourself, though. How do you source water or collect water? Guys, I'm gonna be on here till 10:30 because I know I got a lot of questions to answer from earlier, and it's okay. Shalom, Elder. What advice can you give those having difficulty being consistent? No, I answered that. How do you source water or collect water? Do you have a blueprint for a backyard garden? You can use a sprinkler system, and you need to have a backup plan if you don't have a big enough generator for your water well. We have a very big water well, so it's going to take a really big generator. I'm talking about like at least 8 to 10,000 watt generator to probably matter of fact, maybe 6 or 7, but just to be sure to pump water to everybody's house. And if you don't have that, you need to have rain. Your gutters run into rainwater things, or have you a shallow well where you beat the pipe in there. It's called a shallow well. Okay, system. You can get on YouTube and type in shallow wells. It has another name, Sandpoint well. Sandpoint well. Elder, do you plant yams? Yes, I do plant yams. I planted them for many years. We've been thinking about making one after seeing you made your first. Is definitely encouraging. We're going to start stacking up on pallets. Stack up on them pallets. Stack up on them pallets. Let me tell you, when I'm building my gym, I'm going to buy some more pallets so they're all the same size. They make the building so easy. I'm supposed to be building my garage. You're going to see me building my garage, Most High willing. You're going to see me building my whole gym out of pallets. Going to look the same, going to look nice, just how my shed looks. Very easy. And I'm not even an expert. Shall we purchase fruit online or local? I will go local. Go to your local nurseries. Elder, can you use fish or oil for fertilizer to grow wheat? I don't know about oil. I ain't never used no oil to put in the ground. But I've used fish. If you can use the oil, you're telling me something new. I'll do some research on that. But a lot of times they can bring fungus, and I had to check that out. That's something new. So I'm open to learning. I'm in an apartment. Any suggestion? Go on YouTube, type in planting in small spaces or apartments. You can get it done. Awesome. You work fast. Excuse me. I need to clear my throat. Sorry. Good old colloidal silver water now. When it's sitting in that cup, it turns into silver water. Awesome. You work fast. I thank the Most High that He's allowing me another day to be able to work in general. Can you even get a kiddie pool and planting? Yes, I have a kiddie pool with strawberries in it right now until I have certain areas just specifically for my strawberries. I have to watch out for these possums and certain things though. So those might go in the greenhouse. But they haven't, because they've been digging in my pineapples. I got pineapples planted. Cut that pineapple, put it in the ground. You can grow you a new pineapple next year. Just gave you some game. All right, the questions are running out. What if I don't seem to have any friends here? Listen, I don't need no friends where I'm at to actually be able to plan anything. You got to put your hand to the plow. You got to search out your own soul and salvation. And if you're in a church, you have to meet friends and speak with them and discuss these things. You have to learn how to be, you understand, in communication with people. Build that camaraderie. We're doing what we can too. We have a greenhouse on our balcony with a heater. We got avocado, lemon, ghost peppers. There you go. There you go. All right, I got 5 minutes left. A rustic gem frame, that'll be dope. No. When it says rustic gem frame, yeah, because we're gonna put the you understand, the walls and stuff on the outside to make it look like a normal place. I like the palettes because, especially the blue and the red palettes, they're strong. They're actually stronger than the regular 2x4s that they put on the house, believe it or not. They give you a better solid foundation. A frame, excuse me. Especially the blue and the red palettes. Echinacea is good for your throat, Elder. Yes, it is. We sell it in all our and many of our supplements. I'm actually growing ginseng too right now. Look up ginseng and yeah, my wife put me on that. I've been taking it for a long time off and on, but to plant it and to get it, you need a license if you're trying to have it in abundance. Native American, I might be Gad, who knows? I'm Gad, Judah, Levi. I'm from Louisiana, so I'm one of those. I got a lot of Gad in my family. If you see my father, he look like just Gad. That's it. You wouldn't even think he's black. But, you know. Do you have an irrigation system set up, or will you be watering manually? Working on the irrigation system pretty soon, one step at a time. Very good question. I'm going to try to make a greenhouse in my little balcony. I got to just answer the questions because these are comments. That way we can get those people who really need questions. Questions off topic. What tribe are you from? Don't know what tribe exactly. Most of the people in my family are Gad. So I'm Judah, Gad, or Levi. Those are the people who are in Louisiana. The people in New Orleans, it's a lot of people that's black with long hair, those Gadites. But a lot of them mix with Judah. So I don't know. I know I'm only one of those three, though. And then, you know, whatever tribe I'm in, I'm thankful. I'm thankful I'm Israelite. I know I fit them curses, I'll tell you that. Can you use fish for fertilizer to grow any food specific? Yeah. I've used fish, old fish you go fishing with. I've used it plenty of times. It does amazing. It has calcium. It has phosphorus. It has all of these things that you need. Can I still have tropical fruit trees? You need a greenhouse, depending on your zone. Make sure you look up your zone first, regardless of where you're at. 2 more minutes. What is a good rule of thumb of how to not overwater my plants? You have to look up the research and have your notebook of each plant. Avocados don't like a lot of water. What's that? Aloe vera doesn't like a lot of water. You water them too much, it's going to be a problem. Here, if you got heavy clay soil, you want to only water once every 2 weeks. They don't like a lot of water. So you have to know which plants like a lot of water and which ones don't. Moringa can survive in crazy climates. So, like desert climates. Also, how many times per week should I do so? Yeah. Most of your plants can take water in 2-3 times a week. Or depending on your climate, if it's too hot every day. If you're in the heat of the summer. But right now, less watering. Or you're going to overwater your plants. Your leaves going to turn yellow. 2 more minutes. 1.5 minutes. How do you mix fish in the soil, or is it just done when planted? You can do it. You can put a hole in there, dig a little deeper, put that fish, put a little dirt on there, and then plant. Some people will put their compost down there first. The worms will get in there, do their thing, or you can dig a hole next to it. The roots and the fungus will still bring that to that tree. If the roots touch it, it's going to take away oxygen from the plant. So you're going to to bring your oxygen back. Because if not, you can just wait 2 weeks and the tree will come back. Put you some hydrogen peroxide diluted in water to bring the oxygen back to the roots. It's very good for the roots. Which avocados do you grow, Elder? I'm growing some Mexican avocados, two different types. I don't remember the names. It's on part 2. Look on bodybuilding, you'll see what types I've grown on part 2. How do you find out specifically what type of soil you have? Is it pricey? No. You can check the pH balance with a pH reader, and you can tell what type of soil you have if you're hitting clay very early or if you have sandy soil. You have to pay attention to both when you plant. Since I have clay soil, then we plant on mounds so it can have drainage. You don't want your plants just sitting in water because clay will hold the water. So we plant half of it in there and the rest on mounds. I've been doing this a long time. I just I just try to show other people's works. And in planting, you can learn a whole lot from each other. That's the beautiful part about it. So we should be talking about this so we can share information. All right, guys. I'm up out of here. It's 10:30. Bless you guys. I'm going to go get me some of this good old, how do you keeping your bees warm? The bees going to stay inside and stay warm, but I am going to put like a little something over them with a PVC. I'll show you guys that soon. Stay in tune to the updates on the farm, and you'll see all of the things that I'm doing. Okay? Peace and blessings to you all. Shalom to all of my elders, my deacons, my officers, the security of the Most High in this church. Bless you and your families, all of the sisters and princesses, queens, and the kings. I humbly thank you all for taking the time out tonight to tune in, to learn, to get yourselves better for you and your families in the times to come. Pay attention, stay circumspect, have patience on top of patience as these times come. Peace and blessings, guys. All right, see you soon. Make sure you hit that like button if you didn't.